this, with you guys through the years too, and I know some people don't care, but we got 4 hours to fill, and it's the middle of the summer.
Yeah, it's your world we're living in, ZB.
I am not a good vacationer through the years. I'm not. After 2 or 3 shows missed, I get antsy. I feel like, because it's not just any occupation. Like, this is our show.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so when people tune in and you're not there, like, even as great as a fill-in host as Will is, and I mean that genuinely, like, people who are used to hearing the same 2 hosts, it's your show. You're right. We're not pumping gas. Like, we're here engaging and having conversations. But this time around was different, man. I think it was the most enjoyable time that I've had with that much time off. And I think that it's because we got great fill-ins. Our show has come such a long way in the last 3 years.
Indeed it has.
And then this other component, my wife's dad, and we found this out the night before we left, he's got stage 4 cancer. He's got stage 4 cancer.
Sorry to hear that.
And so, and luckily we got some good news during the trip that it had not traveled to, his organs. So the oncologist is like, we're going to be able to treat this. Like, we think, like we
right.
And so we got that great uplifting news, but it's like when like work would come into my mind, it's like, wait, like we're supposed to be at Disney World.
Yeah.
Like, we pivoted this trip to go to South Carolina because that's where he lives.
You got to be in that moment.
And you have to just like, I'm looking at someone who has stage 4 cancer. I can't be thinking about work. So it was incredible what that actually did. It wasn't even like I was actively thinking about it. It was like super subconscious. And it just sort of took place. And it was day 7, day 8, and the whole family's around.
I can enjoy this. Nothing without Phil. He can burn my ass out.
And you didn't end up in a hospital with a felon next to you or anything?
No,
like
no,
Phil did out in Hawaii?
No. It was
pretending to fish. ZB, I saw the fish that you pretend to catch.
Dude, I brought my son fishing for this. We went up in Grand Lake last summer, but we didn't catch anything. And so it's the first time, like, watching, and you got to remember a child's mindset. A 7-year-old, he's not even 8 yet, reeling up a fish. And even though it's like a maybe 9-inch, 10-inch fish or something like that, feeling that power on the line, something struggling, and having him reel it up and watching it come out of the water, it's just one of these things, like, that only happens once. And that was just he and Dad. That was because the rest of the family wanted to go back to the beach. I'm like, I'm taking my son fishing. We're in South Carolina.
So you had the boat, the Josh Conkey's yacht
that
you was on.
Yes.
And you guys caught how many fish?
We caught 3 fish.
Oh, well, damn.
Yeah, we caught 3 fish.
That's awesome.
And yeah, so it was just great, man. And we had this sweet beach house that we had a pool, our own pool, and so we were close enough to the beach, like 2 football fields away from walking to the beach. So we did that a bunch and swimming and seeing the cousins around each other. And we don't have video games at our house, but my nephew brought PS5.
Oh, yep.
So he got to play PS5 for the first time. He's staying up till 11 o'clock at night looking like he's on crack. Like coming down at 10 o'clock at night and like with a look in his eyes, and he goes, I'm having so much fun. Just with his cousins. You remember how that can be, when you're younger. So
you know what's coming for Christmas? Want a PS5, Dad?
Oh, PS5 is coming.
Well, you know what? This is now a topic of conversation because my nephew Bryson, he brings up, he says, hey, Aunt Ashley said, if you guys got a PS5, me and Owen could play each other.
Oh, I love it.
And now we're talking about connecting the cousins, right? And so it was all that fun stuff. But I'm super fired up to be back. I'm thankful to come back to this gig. And man, we have a lot to talk about. Even on the way in, listening to the Nuggets conversation, getting frustrated all over again. And we're gonna carve out some real space here 1 hour from now to really dive through the layers of what's happening and what's not happening. It's kind of a really confusing spot to be, almost among any team in the NBA. The Nuggets trying to, diagnose how they have and have not operated so far this offseason is quite fascinating. So we'll get to that here shortly. But in the meantime, NFL scouts, executives, coaches, they voted on the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL. What do we make of where they had our guy Bo Nix? We'll have that conversation coming up next.
Should fans and media look past a certain thing when it comes to Peyton Watson?
It's a gamble that you have to take if you're the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, and don't we have to get over the fact that it's a $25 million a year deal? I know it. The money is insane. It's stupid. It is reckless. It is foolish, okay? I get it. I hate to say it, but $25 million a year isn't that much.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-822-1490. That's 800-822-1490. 800-822-1490.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Dental phobia? Consider sedation dentistry with Clarkson Dental. Their highly trained team will lead you through an exceptional dental experience from that first fearful call all the way through to aftercare. Call the most experienced sedation dentist and staff. Clarkson Dental, ColoradoSedation.com.
Robbie Dino here at BeatTheDA.com. I've handled over 7,000 cases, 300 trials. Let's face it, divorce is really impactful. You may have a controlling spouse. You may have a violent spouse. You may have been a victim of a domestic violence. You may be wrongfully accused of domestic violence. This all affects parenting rights. And let's face it, the kids are the most important. These are the things that need to be handled. They need to be handled appropriately by someone that's going to protect your kids and protect your rights. Hit me up at BeatTheDA.com, 720-706-5151.
You know that feeling, sitting at the kitchen table, staring at a stack of bills, wondering how you got here? Credit cards, car payments, subscriptions you forgot about. It all piles up. But here's the thing. If you own a home, you're sitting on the answer. American Financing can help you declutter your monthly bills into a single manageable payment. Their salary-based mortgage consultants look at your entire financial picture, not just one piece. All right? The average customer savings is $800 a month. You may delay 2 mortgage payments and may close in as fast as 10 days. Guys, there is never any upfront fees or obligation with American Financing. This is a family-owned lender, not one of those big banks where you're just a number. So pick up the phone and start that conversation at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or simply visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
In Colorado, relationships matter. That's why contractors across the Front Range choose Western Pacific for doors and millwork. 35 years of quality products, next-day delivery, and fast will call service. Visit GoWestPack.com. Western Pacific, local ownership, professional expertise.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Aero Seal Colorado.
Want real Broncos talk? Cecil Lammy and Andrew Mason bring the heat on Orange and Blue Today. The most passionate intelligence and in-depth Broncos coverage in the game. Weekdays at 5 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Hit subscribe at Denver Sports 1043 and never miss another take. Orange and Blue Today, powered by Ramos Law, official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan. Denver Sports 1043 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Off and rolling. Here on a Monday, July 13th, as we are somehow mid-July, just a couple weeks from training camp, back in the saddle for the first time in a long time. What up, Phil?
Woo! What's going on, ZB? It's great to have you back, man. It was fun, but it's not fun. As much fun as I wanted to have because you weren't here, but now you're back here. We can have a blast, but I will say this. That they set me up with Anilo at the beginning of all this, and I whooped his ass when the debates came.
Okay.
Then they replaced him with Will because they just said
How'd
he wasn't
that go?
good enough, and I whooped Will's ass. So now they're calling you back. So I'm like the problem child. Nobody wants to be with me, ZB. You left me. Anilo didn't want to be with me. Will doesn't want to be with me, so they brought you back here, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good. I'm thrilled to be back at work. The way that I am, there's a little bit of nerves, even though I've sat in the seat for nearly a decade.
Don't worry, Z. I'll be gentle with you.
Nearly 3 years sitting here with you. It's just, knocking some rust off and getting back in the groove of things and, getting that muscle memory sort of back on what we do here. But, fired up. Appreciate the guys who were filling in, Anilo and Will, when I was gone. This list comes out every year, and I knew when I clicked on the link that Bo Nix was not going to be, and you guys know the deal, and I'm sure you've heard it throughout the day. ESPN does a poll every year. Anonymous NFL scouts, executives, and coaches. I really like this idea because it's people inside the league. They're not polling media members. They didn't ask you or me. These are people who this is their livelihood, and these are their peers in some ways. And so I knew when I clicked on the link, man, our listening audience probably isn't going to love where Bo is, but I have to admit to you, I was kind of surprised with how low he was on this list.
Yeah, ZB, I'm with you. I could see him being, Bo Nix, we're talking about 15, 14, hell, maybe even 13. But, lower on that list is just not where I expected Bo Nix, not where he needs to be. But you know what? This is a preseason poll. You got to go out there and show that you could be a top 10 quarterback anyway. All right, the past doesn't matter. Can you put together great seasons after seasons? That's how you become a great quarterback. That's how you become top 5 or even number 1, like Josh Allen, a Lamar Jackson, a Patrick Mahomes, a Joe Burrow. You have to do this long enough. So I know people are upset. I'm upset. But you have to also understand that Bo Nix is still a baby, and he needs to prove himself.
So he is, and I agree with a lot of what you're saying. Like, you have to be consistent. You have to show that you can do it over and over. That's the difference between stars and everyone else. Stars shine every single night. You know, if you're going to be up in the mountains, barring some, a crazy clouds or smoke, like, you're going to be able to look up and see stars because they shine every single night. And that's the difference between them and everyone else. Daniel Jones, on Daniel Jones' best day, he's a top 5 quarterback. Like we saw that at the beginning of last year where they didn't punt for 2 games. But he can't do it over and over and over and over, and that's why he's Daniel Jones. But where I had an issue with this, and we'll go through the names here, is some of the names that were ahead of Bo. So this is how the list goes. Josh Allen was voted number 1 for the first time, okay, by NFL scouts, executives, and coaches.
So that's why you showed up today, huh? Oh, Joshy poo.
So you got Josh Allen. Do you see him practicing a swing?
Yes, you were right there with him.
He's got his homie like holding his hips like 2 inches away from his buttocks.
Just right there smelling it like, yeah, Josh, that's how you do it.
I never wanted to be another man so bad. So Allen's number 1 for the first time, followed by Mahomes. Stafford is number 3. Burrow's number 4, and Lamar Jackson is number 5. I have no issue with this at all. In fact, I think they nailed it. Then you get to number 6. It's Dak. Any issue with Dak being at 6?
Honestly, ZB, no. Man, the man is so consistent. He racks up yards. He racks up a bunch of touchdowns. He just can't get to the final stage, which is win enough playoff games to go to a Super Bowl. But the dude is so consistent, and you got to put him on this list. I'm okay with him being right there.
Okay. So then you get to number 7. It's Justin Herbert. Any issue there?
No. Herbert's, like I said, for a lot of the information that was given, it's always during the regular season. And Herbert is great in the regular season. We know he's a shell of himself come postseason. But in the regular season, the man's elite. So, okay, I'm okay with Herbert being right there next to Dak.
Okay. I don't have some big problem with it either. Then you have Drake May. They have Drake May as the 8th best quarterback in the NFL. Now, I know Drake May had an awesome regular season. He was mostly terrible in the postseason. Is it fair to have Drake May as the 8th best quarterback? Now, these are the people within the league themselves, the scouts, the executives, the coaches. Drake May at number 8.
I don't like that they did that. There's no reason to rush Drake May. I know he got to a Super Bowl. I know he was really, really good in the regular season, but also postseason does matter a little bit, especially when you're a young quarterback. No, for Drake May had one great season. We have to remember his first year, it was a dud because of the coaching staff, the players around him. He was young. It just didn't look right.
He threw for around 2,000 yards, 15 touchdowns, 10 interceptions.
Then he has a quick turnaround. Vrabel is a head coach. You end up having a great season, getting to the Super Bowl. Yeah, you can be like 12, 13, just like Bo Nix, but being number 8, sitting there at number 8, I feel like that's very disrespectful to someone like Jared Goff or maybe even Baker Mayfield, guys that are doing this over and over and over. Drake May should not be sitting here top 8, top 10 right now. He should be working his way. And if he has another great year, ZB, then you can put him in the top 8 if you want to.
I think it's wildly premature. That's really where I started to have a real problem with this list. And again, but these are people within the league. So I respect this list as much as any list that we look at. I don't think there's some crazy over-the-top agenda, but I think that they just got it wrong. Number 9 on the list of top 10 quarterbacks done by ESPN's anonymous polling of NFL executive scouts and coaches, Jared Goff is number 9. And then another guy, Caleb Williams, in Bo's class, also made it into the top 10. Bo Nix was nowhere to be found. If you extend beyond the top 10, it was Sam Darnold. I think if anyone has an argument to be inside the top 10, he just quarterbacked a 14-win team last year.
They don't love Sammy.
Brought him to the Super Bowl, won the Super Bowl. The year before, he quarterbacked a separate 14-win football team. He came in at number 11. And then this is where I think it just gets kind of cuckoo. Jaden Daniels is the 12th best quarterback in the NFL, according to NFL scouts, executives, and coaches. Another guy who did it one season. Was it brilliant? Was it like Robert Griffin-esque rookie season? It was fantastic. But then it's been a year, a whole season since then.
It's just been one season, ZB. And one season.
Injury and underwhelming play when he did play. He's the 12th best quarterback in the NFL. That means 3 people in Bo's class ranked ahead of Bo Nix in this list. And I to extend beyond there, it's after Jaden Daniels, it's Jordan Love at 13. At number 14, Brock Purdy, all right, who has quarterbacked a really good Niners team for years now, brought him to a Super Bowl. Baker Mayfield, who has brought multiple teams to the postseason, came in at number 15, followed by Trevor Lawrence at 16. Then you get to number 17, it's Jalen Hurts. Bo Nix coming in at number 18.
Okay, ZB, so where would you have, Mr. Bo Nix? I'm with you. You take Caleb out of it. You take... let's go Jaden Daniels. I don't believe he should be up there either. I think that Jordan Love, Brock Purdy, Baker, Trevor Lawrence, Hurts, all of them should be in front of these young bucks because they still need to prove that they can be consistent. That's my take on it. You have to earn your right to be in the top 15, top 16. And right now, even with Jaden Daniels, with Bo Nix having one great year and a really solid first year, you have to just keep going, time on task. And the only thing to do is just wait and be patient. Where would you have Bo Nix?
I'll tell you coming up next.
They're back. Our free limited edition training camp 2026 t-shirts. We'll have 5 drops this year at various Santiago's Mexican restaurants across the metro area starting July 16th. Limit 1 per person while supplies last. For more details and to find the location nearest you, head to DenverSports.com/shirt.
What is going on, everybody? Happy Monday. It's Phillip Lindsay here with the one and only Williams Jewelers. And guys, I know there's at least 50 of you listening to me right now who are driving down that street thinking about popping that question to your special somebody. And if that's the case, then you all know you need a diamond. So let me save you some time and money by telling you something as simple as this. Whether you're starting your next chapter with your perfect diamond engagement ring, celebrating a new milestone, or finally just doing something big for yourself, this is where it's all going to begin for you at Williams Jewelers. Close your eyes and imagine the finest jewelry legends all in one store together, making you feel just like family. And of course, their service is going to reflect that. So come shop the finest loose diamonds in Denver. They're going to have every size, shape, and price range you can imagine, plus the largest selection of engagement rings I've ever set eyes on. And not only are they going to share the secrets of the business with you, but they're going to sit you down, have a great conversation, and then give you the best price in Colorado, guaranteed. So why wouldn't you want to create moments and memories by going to Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche, Denver's first family of fine jewelers, located in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue, and also in Inglewood at Broadway and Bellevue. And don't forget to mention my name, Phillip Lindsay, when you step through one of those doors.
Hey, it's Zach here. If you're working on your home this summer, lock in a low-interest loan with 5280 Exteriors, as low as 6.99% for 15 years. Get those dream windows, siding, or decking project. Visit 5280exteriors.com. The altitude of quality.
Getting a little older doesn't have to mean, well, getting older. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're feeling low energy, can't sleep, can't lose weight, or struggling with brain fog, or your sex drive is off, it's time to change it up. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, our advanced medical strategies featuring TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and more treat low T and other hormonal issues to help you shed pounds, have more energy, enhance your body composition, improve sleep, increase your sex drive, and so much more, getting you back in the game again. So don't be older. Be stronger in the gym. Be sharper at work. Be better in the bedroom, and be more confident in every part of your life. So call us today and find out how our advanced treatment strategies could change the game for you. Your first visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on one of our advanced treatment plans on the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity. Usually when something sounds way too good to be true, it is. Imagine someone says you can cut your mobile bill in half. Sounds like a fantasy, but with Xfinity Mobile, it's a real deal. Because when you have Xfinity Internet, you can cut your mobile bill in half. Plus, try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. No commitment. That's a lot of streaming, sharing, scrolling, and whatever else you can do with your phone. All for half the price and none of the commitment. What that means, you'll save big over Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile. Now all you have to do is think about how you'll spend all that extra money. Call 1-800-XFINITY, go to XfinityMobile.com, or visit a local Xfinity store to switch today. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Savings compare one line of Xfinity Mobile Select to comparable plans from T-Mobile, Verizon, AT&T as of 3/24/26. Taxes and fees extra. $30 monthly discount limited to new mobile customers only. After 12 months, regular rates apply.
Don't worry, Dan. I have full coverage. Did you know that full coverage probably doesn't mean what most people thinks it means? Full coverage is generally just for your car. And if you don't have other coverages to protect you in the case you get hit by somebody else, well, then you're just straight up gambling that the bad driver that hits you has good insurance, and you don't want to do that. 15% of the drivers out there don't have any insurance at all. Others only have the minimum, when for pennies on the dollar, you can have the coverage that protects you in case somebody else smacks into you. Medical payments coverage. I saw a lady come in the office the other day, $25,000 in med pay coverage. Absolutely what you want. It was only $31 for the entire 6 months of the policy. It was another $100 or so for the UIM coverage she needed. She had over $100,000 in coverage there. You definitely want to have that. You protect other drivers if you hit them. You also need to protect yourself in case they hit you. Any questions at all, just call us 303-LAW-4040. Jacobs Law, 303-LAW-4040.
Skip this year's Front Porch Roofing Circus and bring in the local professionals.
Visit us at DenverRoofPros.com.
No matter if it hails, rains, or snows, nobody knows your roof like the Denver Roof Pros. Hey!
The new 2026 Honda CR-V was built for Colorado, and July is the perfect time to get one at Champ Honda. Whether you're crushing and cruising city streets or heading to the mountains, the CR-V delivers the comfort and capability you need all summer long. Champ Honda has the largest inventory since before COVID, so you have plenty of great options to choose from. And with their one price, one person, 1 hour philosophy, you know you'll be treated fairly with no games and no hidden charges. And remember, they never charge dealer handling fees.
Anything that distracts you while driving is dangerous. Driving while texting can be deadly, so put it down. It can wait. Shift into safe. Don't drive distracted. A message from the Colorado Department of Transportation.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on The Fan, Home Run Derby action kicks off starting at 6.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealership since 1975.
Listen up, Denver. This hour's keyword is tripping. TRIPPING. Text tripping to 303-713-1043 right now for your chance to win a $250 gas card. That's tripping to 303-713-1043.
By texting, you agree to receive an automated marketing message from Denver Sports 1043 The Fan. Message and data rates may apply. For complete rules or to enter the keyword online, visit www.denversports.com/keyword.
Denver Sports 1043 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, just to continue the conversation that we were just having, ESPN released this anonymous poll, and they do this every year, of top 10 at every position in the league. And we'll have another conversation in dedicated fashion about a Denver Bronco here shortly, not named Bo Nix, that found himself on this list. Before we get back to where Bo was slotted amongst these other quarterbacks, even within his own class, I got to tell you, this Thursday from noon to 1 p.m., it's the first giveaway of our free limited edition Training Camp 2026 shirts. That is a sentence. 2026. We'll be at Santiago's Mexican restaurant located at 2501 Ford Street in Golden. Limit one per person, all right? Only while supplies last. These typically do fly, all right? For more details and to find the location nearest you, head to denversports.com/shirt. We have been doing these shirt drop-offs forever. I remember in 2017 being at, I forget where we were, but my boss said, hey, you're new, maybe you should think about getting up, and it was like 7 o'clock in the morning. So getting up at like 5:36 in the morning, going to these locations and handing out these shirts and people seeing my face.
You were probably like, do you know who I am? I don't go out there in the mornings. TV doesn't do that.
Dude, this was year one. Like, I'm doing anything I can to just stick and make a good impression. And the shirt at the time, it was 2017, and on the front it said The Decision. Big time decision between Paxton Lynch and Trevor Siemian.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, that's where we were. That's where we were. And then I think 2018 was like Bradley Chubb. It was like a Chubb shirt, and I've saved them through the years. They're somewhere. But, yeah, you can get involved with that a little bit later this week. All right, so we're reacting to ESPN.com's anonymous poll amongst NFL scouts, executives, and coaches. And today was the day that they did quarterbacks, all right? And what did we make of where Bo Nix landed? Well, he's not in the top 10. That belonged to Josh Allen, Pat Mahomes, Matthew Stafford, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Dak Prescott, Justin Herbert, Drake May, Jared Goff, Caleb Williams. So 2 people in his class inside the top 10. Drake May. Drake?
The
you ever see that?
disrespect. Oh, yeah.
Soldier Boy. Drake?
Drake?
He stole my whole style. And so that's the top 10. You have Caleb and Drake in his own class. And then beyond that, number 11 was Darnold, Jaden Daniels, number 12, Jordan Love, 13, Brock Purdy, 14, Baker Mayfield, 15, Trevor Lawrence, 16, Jalen Hurts, 17, Bo Nix, 18. And the biggest issue that you had was what names again?
I have an issue with Caleb Williams. I have an issue with Drake May, and someone like Jaden Daniels being in front of him. I can go with Brock Purdy, Jordan Love, Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, Trevor Lawrence, even Hurts, because they've been in the league long enough and they've all had some type of success.
Yep.
Trevor Lawrence is coming this year or last year. So, but the young bucks, the guys that came out of the same class as Bo Nix, being in front of him, very disrespectful.
Yeah, I can't co-sign it either, Phil. I just can't, for the reasons that you've sort of gone over. Bo Nix has won more games than either of these guys, or any of these 3 guys, rather. He has thrown more touchdowns than any of these 3 guys. And so, like, what are we basing off? Like, yards? I mean, Drake May and the Broncos met in the AFC Championship game, Drake was terrible in every postseason game that he played. Meanwhile, Bo Nix, obviously he gets injured. He doesn't have a chance to win that head-to-head matchup. But he flat out, Bo Nix outplayed the guy who was number 1 on this list, right? And I love Josh Allen, but I love the truth more than anything else. And if I'm keeping it a buck, I said it the day after the game. Bo Nix outplayed Josh Allen. That's been Bo Nix, his most recent playoff game. He's been to the postseason in 2 consecutive years, his only 2 years in the league. Do I think he's a top 10 quarterback? I don't.
He's not there just yet.
He's not there just yet.
Drake May's not either, and nor is someone like Caleb Williams. Now, next year, if they're consistent and they can grow into their role, yes, you can put them all 3 top 10 if you want to, but they must prove that they can be the best quarterbacks in this league or the top 10 quarterbacks in this league, and that's very hard to do, Z.
So beyond those 3 guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really have an issue with any of these people being over him. I don't. And if you took out Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, and Drake May, the way that I think this list should have fallen or shaken out, that puts Bo Nix as the 15th quarterback?
Yeah.
And if you asked me this morning when I woke up and before I looked at this list, Zach, where do you think that Bo Nix is at league-wide? I probably would have said somewhere around 15. 9 or 10 I think is too strong. But 18 is too weak. I think that I do not think that those 3 players in his own class who have thrown less touchdowns and won less games should be ahead of him.
Well, I think that what's hurting Bo Nix is Sean Payton and having someone like Coach Sean Payton there and what he has done in his resume. And this is the only thing I'm speculating. And also the defense that the Denver Broncos have had for the past 2 years.
What about Drake May?
Don't shoot the messenger now. I'm with you on that. Drake May had one great year, or almost won the MVP, and now you want to put him in the top 10. I don't understand that. I don't get it. But then again, there was a lot of scouts, a lot of people up top in the front offices that didn't like Bo Nix.
No, that's true.
And so, and everybody wants to be right up top in the front offices, right? The general managers, the scouts, everybody wants to be right. And so nobody is willing to take back what they said about Bo Nix just yet. Bo Nix is going to have to force his way into the top 10, but he has the team to do it. He has the coaching staff to do it, and he has himself. All right, he's really motivated. We all know that. We know that he's getting better every single year. If the man can stay healthy, let me tell you guys that again, repeat it. If the man can stay healthy, he can be and will be in top 10 next year after the season is done. The Super Bowl window is open, but you have to have Bo Nix in order to win or even get to the Super Bowl this year.
What do you think Bo Nix needs to do this coming season to find himself on this list next year? Because you can be sure this list will come out 365 days from now. What does because Bo's already he's thrown more touchdowns than these guys in his own class.
Yeah,
he has tied Russell Wilson for the most wins among any quarterback in his first 2 seasons, and it's not good enough to these people. So what do you think he needs to do? What would that have to look like?
Stats matter now, right? The wins, of course, you got to have the wins. You talked about that, but the stats matter. Last year, Bo Nix had the most passing attempts in the NFL. And yet he didn't get past 4,000 yards.
Right.
That has to come now. But
sure.
You will. Jalen Waddle, Courtland Sutton, those 2 dynamic receivers already is going to help you out. Okay, Troy Franklin taking that next step. Marvin Mims, if he's still on the team, taking that next step and jump. Pat Bryant. So you have the weapons if you're Bo Nix. You have to connect. And you know what I like to say, ZB. I know that you may have forgot because you were on break for 3 weeks, but I'm going to tell you right now. Start fast and finish strong. Bo Nix must start fast this year. In the past 2 years, Sean Payton too, they don't start fast. They're not a fast starting team.
No.
And they have to do it. And it's going to be tough going against the gauntlet that they're getting ready to go up against. But Bo Nix must start fast, ZB, if he wants to be on this list.
Yeah, start fast, and he's going to have to put up the stats. Like you said, if you're leading the entire league in passing attempts and you're not a 4,000-yard passer,
yeah, come on.
It's like you have to check that other box. But that being said, the guy who's number 1 on this list, Josh Allen, he didn't throw for 4,000 yards last year either. Do we realize that? That Baker Mayfield, who once upon a time threw for like 6,000 yards, did not throw for 4,000 yards. Jordan Love, who's in this top 10, did not throw for 4,000 yards. Justin Herbert, believe it or not, who once upon a time was at massive Star Wars numbers, he did not throw for 4,000 yards.
But they're giving those guys grace because they've been in the league too long. especially somebody like Josh Allen that you know is very consistent. And it's not just about the man throwing the ball with his arm, but the man makes plays with his legs. And the man has his team in the playoffs every single year almost.
Yeah.
And so when you're somebody like that, you got to respect Josh Allen's game.
Yeah, well, we'll see what this looks like moving forward for Bo. But, hey, if he wanted more motivation, you wanted another chip on your shoulder, the people within your own league have you as the 18th quarterback. So Bo aspires to win an MVP, right? Win the Super Bowl. That's what he said.
Yep.
This is what the league thinks of you. So here we go. Motivation delivered.
Let's Bo.
All right. Hey, let's Bo. Let's Bo. Let's Bo. Let's Bo. Let's Bo. Wow, it's been a long time since we've done that.
It's been a long, long time coming.
All right, one member of the Broncos is writing one of the most unique stories in team history, and over the weekend, he added another chapter. That's next.
They're back. Our free limited edition Training Camp 2026 t-shirts will have 5 drops this year at various Santiago's Mexican restaurants across the metro area starting July 16th. Limit 1 per person while supplies last. For more details and to find the location nearest you, head to DenverSports.com/shirt.
Summer is a time to feel and look your best, but I'm not talking about your tan or abs. Guys, I'm talking about your hair. Restore that bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to decades of thinning during Advanced Hair's once yearly summer savings event. Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day, and it can even grow for life. Did I mention Advanced Hair even guarantees your new hair will grow? Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar during Advanced Hair's best offer ever. The summer sales event is on for a limited time, so schedule your free consultation and get the details today. 720-459-HAIR. One-day treatment, life-changing results with Advanced Hair. Your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Check out the incredible before and afters and get your savings details while still available. That's 720-459-HAIR or AdvancedHair.com.
All new drinks are now at McDonald's, with refreshers like the Strawberry Watermelon Refresher and the Mango Pineapple Refresher with popping boba, to crafted sodas like the Sprite Berry Blast with berry flavors and cold foam. Who knew ice-cold drinks could be so fire? 6 all-new drinks are here, now at McDonald's.
Refreshers contain caffeine.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Your coffee would never get cold. Your flight would always be on time. And your mattress would always respond to you and your unique sleep needs. Sleep Number mattresses are designed to respond to your body and shift with your changing life, helping you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number. To a good life sleep.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, this is Larry Jagger with SCL Mortgage, letting you know about our second mortgages for anything you need, including home improvements, paying off debt, and more. Visit us at myspecialmortgage.com or call 303-790-2222, NMLS number 1200716.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
It's a hot spot on your dog's leg. Internet says you can treat it at home. You're not sure though, cause now it's oozing.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Ooh, he's licking it. Super gross, dude.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Covered subject to policy terms.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, it's Zach here. Are you seeing cracks in your home's drywall or foundation? Call Homestrong. Their highly qualified technicians provide free inspections and quotes. With 20-plus years experience in the foundation repair and concrete industry, one thing is certain. You'll never go wrong with Homestrong.
Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Powered by Advanced Tax Solutions. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, hanging out here on a Monday, back in the saddle after a big chunk of vacation time. Thrilled to be back. Thrilled.
You needed it, ZB. You needed it, man. You look better. You look a little younger. Spry.
And you know what we did too? And if I can have it my way, we'll do this every other time. But so we're supposed to go to Disney. Had to pivot and postpone the trip because my father-in-law stage 4 cancer. So we went to South Carolina instead. But our Disney trip was scheduled to end on Friday. So we came back, and I was driving home from the airport, and you were on the air with Will on Friday. And so I was literally getting back in town during the last couple segments of Friday's show.
Cool. You should have just came in.
So I had the weekend. I had the weekend, and I almost turned you guys on the ride home. And my wife said, "Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself," because I want to drive in here. And so we had the weekend, so a vacation, and then a weekend to sort of just like resettle back in. So I was out of Meadow Hills yesterday playing 18 holes.
Oh, look at
my
you.
son on a Sunday. So like the weekend after a vacation, that is the way to do it.
It would have been epic for you to come in during trivia. Like all of a sudden you show up during trivia.
Oh my gosh.
ZB's there.
That's CB's music.
It's coming off the top ropes with it.
Oh my gosh. I heard you guys went 3-1 though.
We went 3-1, man. We guessed. We honestly we should have went 4-0. And at the break, we'll have to ask you the question, see if you would have went 4-0. Yeah.
Oh, what was the question?
So well, one of them was, what was it?
I can't remember the one we missed.
It was the receivers question.
Oh, it was the receivers question. It was 3 receivers since 2010 have led the league in, or what was it? 2 years of 1,000-yard receivings, or 2 years of leading the league in receiving.
In receiving yards.
Yeah.
So there's been 3 receivers since when?
2010.
Since 2010, 3 receivers have led the league in receiving multiple times.
Yes.
That's what it is. So since 2010, oh my goodness.
And we got 2 of the 3.
Was Justin Jefferson one?
No. He was not.
Was OBJ one?
No. He was not.
They were on our list now. We put them all on the list.
Yeah, we made a list of like 8 guys and then whittled it down from there.
Jamar Chase?
No.
Wow.
Like you got to go deep on some of them, back to like 2010.
Yeah, I guess 2010.
Like
Julio Jones, Antonio Brown.
So that was my one. And then the one we missed was Calvin Johnson, which I brought up, but I was like, that might be too early.
Yeah,
well,
Megatron.
You weren't the only one. Amanda, our boss, AB back there, she brought up, because she played with us.
Only one person can bring it up first. Phil.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You took hers.
So Amanda played with us.
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
She was all into trivia. You've seen her when she's like, no, I don't want to participate. I don't want to participate. It was the opposite.
Well, she saved us on the basketball question. She was the reason why we got it right.
What was the hoops question?
DG.
We're just sabotaging this segment. What was the basketball question?
It was 2 guys have led the league in scoring 3 straight seasons since 2000.
Yeah.
T-Mac?
Nope.
2 guys have led the league in scoring for 3 straight seasons. James Harden.
Correct.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, there we go.
Oh, God.
On a Monday.
2 guys?
2 guys.
James Harden's one. 2 guys have led the league in scoring for 3 straight seasons. I know T-Mac did it 3 different times, but you got to do it 3 straight.
Yeah.
So Harden's one.
This is why we didn't need you. I put the trivia team on my back. I got
All right.
this.
No, you did not.
Oh, God.
What are we talking about,
No,
Phil?
you did
I said
not.
the 2 answers.
James Harden and, God, I want to say Kobe, but like AI was in the mix then, and I'll say LeBron wouldn't have done it.
Harden and
Somebody's in the car right now screaming at him.
Shot clock, CB.
God almighty.
This is high school.
It's tough
rules.
not having help because like you're truly on an island here.
Yeah. This Colorado high
So
school.
are these guys that score?
3 straight. Right. God, 3 straight seasons. Harden and I don't think it'd be Melo either.
Best scorer of our generation.
Put himself on the top 5 too.
I'll go Harden and I guess I'll just go Kobe.
Kevin Durant.
Durant. Okay.
So
okay,
we were
okay.
gonna go Kobe, and then Amanda was like, "Hey, look, it's not Kobe." And Amanda loves the Lakers and being a part of that situation over there.
And she loves Kobe too.
And she loves Kobe. She was like, "Hey guys, like stop.
Yeah.
Just don't do it."
All right. Well, 3-1. Kudos. Congrats. I love it. I absolutely love it. Holding it down. Okay, so let's pay off the teas and finally get back to business here. I said a member of the Broncos is writing his own, writing one of the most unique, and I truly mean this, one of the most unique stories in team history. And over the weekend, he got another chapter. Now, this is not going to be at the top of his resume, but it's a really nice acknowledgement for one Garrett Bowles in a way that has not come his way.
GB.
And so ESPN's polling of coaches, execs, and scouts voted the league's top 10 offensive tackles. And after not being on this list in recent years, Bowles did come in at number 10 and crack this list. He was as high as number 2 on someone's ballot. And an NFL coordinator, anonymous coordinator, said, pass pro, he's one of the most consistent. He can handle his own without help. He was a big part of the Broncos' success on offense last year. We know that to be true. He allowed, here's some numbers to go with Bowles. He allowed 5 sacks on 630 pass blocking reps. That is pretty incredible. 5 in 630 opportunities for DNs and outside linebackers to rush the passer. 94% pass block win rate. That was also top 10 in the league. Now, some voters say he doesn't belong in the top 10 because he's limited compared with other high-end talents on this list.
Did they say the limitations, though? Because I feel like that's a false
his run
for my man.
According to the numbers and how much you want to put into, run block win rate,
yeah.
his run game impact needs some work according to the numbers. But I mean, it was his best year under Sean Payton. He was first team All-Pro.
For sure.
First team All-Pro for Garrett Bowles this
and
past
GB,
year.
it takes a village to have a great run game. It's not just on GB, just like it's not just on Quinn Miners or Luke Wattenberg. The offensive line, they have to be in sync in order for something to take off when it comes to the run game. You already know that being with me all the time. Plus, J.K. Dobbins was hurt. So when you have your best running back that's not available, and my guessing is they're not running as much to the left side as they usually would. See, I used to love to run by GB because GB was going to take care of me. Whether it was a hold or just a great block, he was going to make sure that I had the room that I needed, the space that I needed to be explosive. So whoever said that, I mean, they're just dead wrong. And I understand that he could be better at times, but he's one of the most athletic left tackles I've ever been around. And that's why he's able to do things he does. And sometimes he's able to get away with certain things like launching at somebody because he's so fast and he can regroup and recover.
Yeah, make up for it, yeah.
Exactly. And so he's just so athletic and he's so freakish that he's going to continue to be on these lists until he gets older and he's not as athletic as he used to be. But for GB, from when he started to now, night and day, and he's so consistent now.
You are not kidding. When he first started, I mean, he was drafted 20th overall, 2017 draft because of his athleticism and his size. I mean, it's God-given. But the way, the leaps and bounds that he has made with just his technique, and you cannot, I do not believe, tell the story of Garrett Bowles' development, one of the most unique, from draft bust to potential Ring of Famer one day, okay? Potential Ring of Famer. And I've been saying that for a year. And then he went out and got first team All-Pro, right? And so first team All-Pro.
Take that baby big victory lap around.
Dude,
take that victory lap.
Dude, think about this. Demarius Thomas was never first team All-Pro. Think about the greatness of DT.
It is crazy.
Floyd Little, one time first team All-Pro. The franchise. So Garrett Bowles and Floyd Little have the same amount of appearances on first team All-Pro. That's just a fact. But you can't tell his story without Mike Munchak. Who came in here and relocated to Denver so he could be closer to his daughter and coached up Garrett Bowles to a degree that is just minor miracle.
All right. And I don't mean any disrespect by saying that, but he has come
same
such
as
a
me
long
coaching
way.
you up, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's what's happened here these
there we
last
go.
3 years. All right. The Nuggets offseason is bordering on the bizarre. What exactly is happening? That's next.
With the Broncos bringing back J.K. Dobbins and drafting Jonah Coleman, is there an important piece that fans could be sleeping on?
It just seems like RJ Harvey's been the forgotten man in all this. There were things he did last year that maybe didn't blow you away. He was a rookie. I'm one that refuses to bury a guy until I see how he comes back for that second year. Because for a lot of these rookies, that rookie season is just one big whirlwind.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, Phillip Lindsay here, and summer is alive and well. That means tea times, perfect drives, and enjoying the greens with family and friends. But if joint or back pain is keeping you off the golf course, discover natural pain-free relief with Regen RX. Their shockwave, stem cell, and PRP therapy could be the key to reclaiming your swing and active golfing life. No surgery, no downtime, and no risk. Right now, they are offering a limited number of consultations. Text PAIN to 303-630-9770. Again, that's PAIN to 303-630-9770, or you can visit them online at regenrx.co. That's regenrx.co. And guys, take back control of your life. Go see my friends at RegenRx.
I'm Rob Wilhite of the Wilhite Law Firm. A lot of new firms aren't even from Colorado, but we are. For 47 years, we've known Colorado law, we fought for our neighbors, and we won for our community. If you've been injured, call 303-GOOD-LAW.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here on behalf of my friends at American Financing. Let's do some honest math. The interest rate on your credit cards, 20% or more. Your mortgage rate, much lower. So why are you sending hundreds of dollars a month to credit card companies when your home's equity could wipe out that debt? That's exactly what American Financing helps homeowners do. And they're doing it every single day for people just like you. Consolidate, collaborate, conquer. The average customer saves around $800 a month, and you may delay 2 mortgage payments and may close in as fast as 10 days. American Financing's salary-based mortgage consultants are licensed in all 50 states. No upfront fees, no obligation. Stop financing your past and start funding your future. Call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Colorado, it's time to take our recycling to the next level. That's why Recycle-On Colorado is bringing you more curbside and drop-off service from peaks to prairies. Guidelines as clear as our skies, so you know what goes where. And the price? As free as gawking at Bighorns on I-70. You deserve a recycling system you can count on, like your puffiest winter coat. And we're here to give it to you. Learn more at recycleon.org/Colorado.
I joke around and with my wife and call it my bionic knee.
But before Ernest became a patient with QC Kinetics, it was a different story.
I'd go to bed with my knee throbbing, heat, ice. I would get up in the middle of the night to get a drink or something, and I would just be hobbling.
He wasn't able to play on his rec basketball team or work in the yard. But QC Kinetics regenerative treatments turned around the situation without surgery or downtime, using Ernest's own healing properties to help restore his aching knee, now known as Ernest's bionic knee.
I am really happy because I am playing the game that I love so much, and I'm playing with my granddaughter, and I'm gardening, and I'm on my knees, and I'm jumping up. I have a 200-pound dog, and I'm playing with my dog.
Now Ernest is living his best life thanks to QC Kinetics, and so can you. Call today for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 303-900-8986. That's 303-900-8986. 303-900-8986.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combinative treatments that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, advanced medical science to improve men's lives.
Hi, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Home Improvements. For an 8% scheduling incentive and a special financing rate of 0% APR with 72 equal monthly payments, go to drhi.com. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, finished basements, windows, and doors. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right.
Nothing beats a Santiago's breakfast burrito, fresh, made from scratch, and smothered in their famous green chili every single day since 1991. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or a burrito on the go, nearly 30 locations across the Denver metro mean you're never far from your favorite meal. And right now, when you stop into Santiago's, you can make a difference too. Round up your change, make a donation, or grab some chocolates at the counter to support Sungate Kids, helping keep Colorado's children safe. Santiago's, faithfully authentic.
This segment on The Fan is brought to you by Homestrong, Colorado's foundation repair and concrete experts.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. Powered by Regen RX. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on The Fan, Home Run Derby action kicks off starting at 6.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealership since 1975.
Leading off with the big story of the day, here's The Drive with Zach By and Denver, Colorado's own Phillip Lindsay.
Who would it now?
1 hour in the books. Quicker than a New York minute.
Here we go.
Hanging out with you on a Monday, July 13th. Can you believe we are mid-July nearly?
Man, it's wild. It's insane. And I always tell the story, Z, and I told you this already. Like, back in the day when I was playing, July 24th, which is my birthday, by the way.
Yep.
Is when usually you show up to camp. So some teams are going to show up July 24th, and they start the 25th. And so at this time, it's like, it's go time. Right, the drinking's done, and whatever else you like to do, that's done. The partying's done. It's about trying to make the team. It's about trying to stay healthy and have a great year. So, man, I still get the butterflies like I'm getting ready to play, but I'm actually glad I'm not out there running around this 100-degree heat.
I mean, it's just going to be about, like 2 weeks till training camp?
It's here.
I mean, holy smokes.
We're here.
I mean, it's, man, we are kind of here.
You ready for those questions, man? I know you're going to have a bunch for Sean Payton.
Well, we'll see. But it should be a fun summer as we try to gather clues on what this new frontier of Broncos offense is going to look like under Davis Webb. And so we'll continue to, probe and examine all things Denver Broncos here in the coming weeks leading up to training camp. And then when it starts, we'll have boots on the ground, and we will be the literal first duo to react of anyone in our market, watching practice, knocking out the press conferences, and then zooming right in to do the show.
Let's go.
It's a lot of work. It's long days, but it's a short period of time that we have just leaned into for 3 straight years, and we're going to continue to do that. Okay, so talked a lot of Broncos that first hour, and rightfully so, all right, given that we are on the doorstep of a new season. But we have to talk about the Denver Nuggets. We have to. The offseason is now bordering on the bizarre. Most NBA teams have the bulk of their work done, as we're about 2 weeks into free agency. Here's what the Nuggets have done. They've lost Tim Hardaway Jr., who made the second most threes in franchise history in his only season in Denver. They've waived Jonas Valanciunas for salary cap relief, the best backup center the Nuggets have had since Mason Plumlee. They have signed Tyus Jones to a 1-year vet minimum deal, and they've signed Marvin Bagley to a 1-year vet minimum deal as well. Should fans, and I'll throw this out to the RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043, as well as our YouTube chat powered by Sean Ponda. All right, but I'm curious to hear your response, Phil. Should fans feel frustrated by the inactivity? should fans feel encouraged by the inactivity because it could signal that they are going to bring these guys back and pay into the luxury tax. So it's weird to say, but the inactivity could actually represent aggressiveness with the guys that we thought could go win a championship this time last year. Or is everything just simply on hold right now?
See, ZB, I'm glad you decided to put that one in there, on hold. I do believe that the Denver Nuggets are sitting here on hold because of the LeBron James news. They're trying to figure out, is LBJ going to sign somewhere else, or are they going to sign, or is he going to sign with us? And if that's the case, and he does sign with us, then we are going to bring back everybody. We are going to try to pay Payton Watson, and then we're going to go try to win it all. But if LeBron James decides he wants to go to the Warriors, the Heat, Cleveland, maybe it's the Spurs, who knows? Then maybe, just maybe then, they decide that we are going to just go ahead and start trading AG, trade Cam Johnson, and then now those dominoes are going to fall. I believe that the Denver Nuggets are on hold right now until LBJ makes his decision. I don't know about you, and you've been out, so I don't know how you feel about things right now.
Yeah.
But that's where I'm at with things. They're on hold until they can figure out what in the hell LeBron James is getting ready to do.
Yeah, so I think we're going to end up agreeing on this one. Because
smart man, ZB, smart man.
Well, and I like you going down the LeBron path because I want to talk about that here in a second. Because I have been of the mind, and I've really tried to echo this sentiment as much as I possibly could since the season ended. And I mean since the season ended. In the shows after the Nuggets' first round ouster, I remember Will Peterson coming in here, and we were doing a show together, and I said, we need to talk about something. I'm going to do a lot of talking. It's kind of boring. It sounds like curriculum, but we have to understand what the Nuggets are facing from a league rules component to understand what they could possibly do next. And we were the first show to really start talking about this stuff because even though it's boring and it's like rubric and curriculum, it's the NBA. And if you don't understand it, then you're just playing fantasy basketball. So although it's a little bit dry, really leaned into the fact that, guys, look what the luxury bill is going to be. All right? And I've seen some of my friends here in the market that are just coming to the realization of what the luxury tax bill is going to be.
Sometimes it takes people a little bit more time.
No, and I'm being serious. One of my favorite hosts in Denver, it was last week, him like, Bobby Marks just said that it's going to be $177 million tax. And I'm like, Bobby Mark, Bobby
ZB.
Bye. Not Bobby, bye. I've been saying for 7 weeks now, since the first shows after the season ended, that if you want to bring the core back, which most people want to see some change, that the thing that was frustrating most fans, the idea of running it back, was what I believed the thing that was most unlikely because of the luxury tax bill, because it's going to be nearly $200 million. That's just in order to pay the players. So you're looking at a team this coming year that's going to have a bill of around $400 million, up to $450 million between luxury tax payments and then actually paying the roster.
But you know what, ZB? They're rich. And we're talking about the Cronkies at
no
this
doubt,
point.
No doubt.
And so if they want to pay that bill, it's not going to hurt their pockets, but it may be the only way that they can win a championship this coming year is running it back, and maybe they do get LBJ. Maybe they don't. But if their best chance to win is bringing it back and bringing everybody back and paying that luxury tax, that bill, they should do it because they should be all in for their team and then for the fan base. But that's a fan talking. That's me talking right now.
Phil, I don't even disagree with you. I don't even disagree with you. You have the number one sports empire in the entire world where your teams are worth over $26 billion. You're the number one landowner other than the federal government in the United States. And you have a team, which is like, it's your team, but it's also like a public trust. And you have this wealth for a moment like this, for Jokic's prime. But I still, even despite the inactivity, because the inactivity.
Yeah, where are you at? Like, let me ask you, is it like you concerned? Are you concerned? Are you happy? Or are you kind of indifferent? Like, are they on freeze mode?
No, I think they're on freeze mode, if you want to use that term. I think there is a holding pattern because of the LeBron stuff. And let me just be clear.
despite, and I'm curious what the odds are because I don't know what the odds are. Dante has the latest odds behind the glass. All right, I don't know what they are. I haven't looked. But there was a time where these odds were 7-1. Remember, they went from what was it, 70-1 down to I think it was then to 25-1, and then it went to all the way to 7-1 during one day.
Well, I think it was like 5.
It was
5-1, and then moved up to 7 during our show.
Good call. So
that's why you have me here, Z.
So it went from 70-1 to 5-1 in one day. All right, 2 weeks ago. So it was definitely worth talking about. Okay, the Nuggets were being talked about on the all these popular podcasts, Brian Windhorst, Bill Simmons, all this stuff. So it's worth talking about, but even throughout that time, we would say it's still more unlikely than likely. Now, Dante, behind the glass, what are the current odds for LeBron James? And just go through the teams if you don't mind.
Starting from the
Yes,
most
please.
likely,
Yes, please.
we have the Cleveland Cavaliers at 1-1.
Wow.
Ooh.
Followed by the Golden State Warriors at 2.5-1.
Now, we have word coming out of Golden State today that the Warriors believe that the Cavs are the most likely option. Okay? Keep going, D.
We have the Miami Heat at 3-1. The 76ers at 10-1. The Minnesota Timberwolves at 16-1. And the Nuggets at 30-1.
Okay. So they are not really in the mix anymore.
No, but they're still there.
They're still there.
They're around, floating around, but they're not in the mix like you want them to be. Like 5-1, like that's your great chance right there for us to land LBJ.
Yes.
And now it seems like it's over. That dream has died. It's a nightmare. And what do you have to do? What are you going to do? So say LBJ doesn't come.
Which I don't think is going to happen. But you can't realistically even pitch him if your goal is to get under the luxury tax. So I think to your point from a couple minutes ago, I think that when the organization gets a definitive answer about LeBron James, then I think that you'll start to see more activity. I was expecting activity on draft night.
But activity to you, what does that mean? To me, activity is that they're going to keep this core together, or they're going to trade some of these players and get some other players that can help win right away. I don't know what activity to you means.
You don't want to know what activity means to me here
I
in this
probably don't
situation.
now.
I don't think you do. Because here's what I think. Here's what I think, okay?
Uh-oh.
A lot of thoughts here. Because we need to get into the Peyton Watson conversation.
We got all day,
dude,
baby.
Dude, over the weekend, you have the Nuggets playing in a summer league game. And Peyton Watson is in the other gym sitting courtside hanging out with Lakers general manager Rob Pelinka. Did you see that?
No, I did not.
Yes. So, we'll get to that in a second.
All the attention was on Christian Brown, CB being there.
Yes, and we will get to that in a second because I think that's illustrative of what's happening here. That little sequence. We'll get back to it.
Uh-oh.
The LeBron stuff.
Yeah.
And what I think is going to be quote-unquote activity. I think that when LeBron makes his decision and he announces that he's going back to Cleveland or he announces that he's going to Golden State, the Nuggets will have their definitive answer. You're not pitching one of the 3 greatest players of all time anymore. And you can't do, part of your pitch is not getting below the luxury tax. That's for damn sure. And you could fairly say we will go into the luxury tax and get hit with the $200 million repeater tax because LeBron is going to make up for it in merchandise and everything else. So we'll make up for it on the back end. If that option goes away, I think activity represents shedding salary. I do. And
in bye-bye Jokic, you just saw what Jokic just did. He's postponing signing that contract, ZB.
And that conversation. And
this is I'm getting you going now.
And this is why it borders on the bizarre. Because I know for a fact, and I didn't even need to hear it when I was gone. I know for a fact there is going to be a huge chunk of Denver sports media as well as fans that are like, there's totally nothing to see here.
AP and Nilo. He was trying to tell me there's nothing to see here. He's just going to go and get more money and make the most money in NBA history, and he's going to add on another year to be a Denver Nugget and have a no trade clause, and that's why he's doing all this.
Phil, that may be true. And in fact, if I had to say what's the most likely outcome here moving forward, what's the most likely, I would say it's probably that. But, here's what I definitely know. You can say there's nothing to see here, and this is all about just squeezing every dollar out of this final deal, okay?
Because he needs more money.
Dude, by the end of the contract, he's going to make $700 million.
Almost $1 billion, Z.
So,
what are we doing here?
So you can tell me, hey, there's nothing to see. Jokic is a Nugget for life. It doesn't matter. None of this matters. That's fine. You can have that opinion. I'm never going to tell a fan how to fan, okay? But here's what I do know. This is among the most highly unusual things we have seen in NBA history. We do not see people of Jokic's caliber just play out their contract and barrel towards unrestricted free agency. No. Go find me. And this is your guys' homework assignment. Go find me a guy who has been top 5 player, not someone who's like betting on himself to like try to make more money. That's not what this is. Jokic could tear his ACL in a Serbia game and they'd still give him the max, okay? So it's not what this is. Go find me a top 5 player, Jokic's stature, that has just played out the contract. So you can say there's nothing to see here. That's fine. I'm not going to tell anyone how to think. But here's what I know based on NBA history. This doesn't happen. It doesn't happen.
Well, and now you're sitting here saying that like the next option, if LBJ does not become a Denver Nugget, is the Denver Nuggets are going to start shedding salary. That means that you're going to trade away AG, let's just say Cam Johnson as well. Now, you get rid of those two, you're not a better team. So then you go into this year, you might win some games because you do have a great player in Jokic, but Jokic is not going to be happy. You're going to get bounced in the first round. Let's just be real. All right, I'm speculating, but that's what it seems like is going to happen.
Probably, and if not in the first round, the second. I mean, this team has a real ceiling on it. They do.
Okay, and so now for Jokic, we just think we're going to sit here and he's going to be okay with that and say, okay, like I'm going to sign and we're going to win it all the next year. People change. Every year is different. You might go in with a game plan and it sounds great, it sounds cute, and then you get into the season when you're a player and you're getting that ass handed to you and you're hurt and you're frustrated and you start looking at it like, hey, man, this is not going to get better.
Right.
And now you're out the door.
Right.
That's what I fear is going to happen to Jokic.
That could happen. And to think that it's impossible that could happen is probably naive, okay? Now, am I predicting that to happen? I'm not. Do I think that Jokic is going to play in Denver for years to come? I do. But at the same time, this is highly unusual. And it does put, I think, some pressure on the organization. Because if you are in the final year of your contract and you're barreling towards unrestricted free agency, and your team gets worse in order to duck the luxury tax and really the repeater tax. It's not just the luxury tax, it's the repeater tax. And you're out in the first round, and Jokic, is pissed again, right? Hey, if we're in Serbia, we'd all be fired.
It'll be the third straight year that he's pissed off. Let's be real.
Yes. You run the risk. It's a risk. I'm not saying it's the most likely thing, but it's a risk that you run of potentially losing him. And you would have done your part in losing him. You would have done your part. And, I don't know if you've ever like been in a relationship and maybe you look back and like, yeah, I had a heavy hand in why that didn't work out.
Sure.
And that would be the Denver Nuggets. That would be the Denver Nuggets if that scenario played out. Now, Jokic, see, the Nuggets got so lucky with this guy. So lucky. So many different times. Because I think his loyalty is so unique to an NBA superstar. And I think that the Nuggets could benefit on that loyalty in a morbid way.
But ZB, you sound like Canilla right now, and I'm trying to sound like you because you were the first one where somebody would say something like you're just getting ready to say, like he's just different, right? He's the anti-NBA type of player, superstar.
Yeah, the anti-NBA superstar.
But then you would tell somebody, look at you, man, you're gone for 3 weeks, and now I got to correct you. I'm going to tell you what you would tell me. We don't know what that man's thinking, though.
No,
we don't know what he really wants. He has all the money.
But here's the thing about Jokic. He is, through the years, and I followed this guy for a decade now, and I've listened to every one of his press. He's so literal. So when he says, but there's another side of the coin here. When he says, I want to be Nugget forever.
Yeah.
I believe that he genuinely means that. I don't think he's trying to manipulate some situation. Like that's not his history. That would be, it would be a hard right turn. But that also doesn't mean organizationally you take advantage of this. So like if you're like, well, Jokic is just going to be a Nugget forever.
Exactly.
That's what he says. So we'll duck below the tax, and even smack dab in the middle of his prime where he's finishing a runner-up for MVP or winning MVP for 6 straight years for the first time since Larry Bird. We just know that we can get away with this. And this is why, if that comes to fruition and if that comes to pass, it will be taking advantage of Jokic and just how he's wired. So
But also, Z, to me, what I'm nervous about with Jokic, and yes, he may end up signing here in Denver. I don't know why he wouldn't. This is where he's from.
Well, why he wouldn't is because he wants to win championships, and this team is so far removed from that.
But on the other side, you have people sitting here saying that he's comfortable and he just wants to be here. He wants to be a Denver Nugget for life. If you're saying that, that means you don't care if you win another championship again.
And see, and this is, you're striking a chord right now. Like, do the Denver Nuggets and Nikola Jokic have the same sense of urgency to win another championship? You want to see sense of urgency to win a championship? Look what Victor Wembanyama just did.
Ooh.
He left. So we have two superstars, two top 3 players.
Yeah.
Who are both doing something incredibly rare. One top 3 player is saying, I'm not going to sign, even though I was extension eligible last year, this year, because it's financially driven and I'm going to make more money and I'm going to get every single dollar I can possibly get out of this probably last contract.
Every last drop.
And then you have another top 3 player in San Antonio who has not been paid like Jokic, is getting his first max, and is saying, wait, take every dollar I can. No, I need help around me. I'm going to take $50 million less over the course of a 5-year contract. Instead of accepting the 30-year supermax, I'm just going to take a 30% supermax.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the 25% supermax. The organization is going to save $50 million, not so they can spend it on groceries, so they can get me more players
So they
around
can help me.
So it's two very different approaches.
Well, one's a team player and the other one's selfish.
I don't know if he's selfish,
Well,
going to get his money, but it's just two very different approaches, and it's actions over words. One guy is literally leaving $50 million on the table so he could win championships. The other guy is, not signing the extension so he could take every dollar from the deal. And so,
but you just got to say action over words. There's one thing that Jokic did say that kind of like rubbed me the wrong way, not like in a way like, oh, you're wrong for this, but everybody needs to listen up. And I think as a player, I'm always when I was playing, coaches would say something, and I'm always listening to like what they're saying because they'll tell you how they feel about you in so many different ways and so many different words.
Sure.
But when Jokic said the idea is to sign next summer, he didn't say I will sign next summer. The idea, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
That right there opens the door that, hey, man, like, I do want to sign, but if things don't look right here, I'm out. And I can. I have the flexibility and the luxury to do that, and that's why I'm not signing. That's what I took from it, Z.
Phil, if he doesn't sign this contract and he is watching the Denver Nuggets organizational moves to put him in a position to be successful, and those moves are to duck the luxury tax and the repeater tax, and become less of a team that got beat in the first round anyway. You weren't competitive. You got beat by backups in the first round. You got humiliated by a team who got humiliated by another team that went on to lose. So you're not close. And if the idea is to make the team worse to benefit more financially, and Jokic does walk, he would have been well within his rights to walk. That's what I would say. This is not some Nolan Arenado, Carmelo. No, I don't think that. I think that if this goes down the way that it could, in a way that I don't think is going to go down, but in a way that it could, if it did go down that way and Jokic left for nothing, I mean, you're talking about
picket fences.
Yeah, yes.
Fire them.
Yeah.
Fire them. It's bad.
Yes, it would be really bad.
You lead the charge, huh?
It would be like if you heard people say, like, I'm done with that organization. Because I heard that after they traded Nolan Arenado. When they paid $50 million to get rid of him, if he gives you a year's heads up of like, I'm not signing the contract, let's see what this looks like, and your idea of what it looks like is to tear and shed salary so you can get below a tax, Jokic would well be within his right to leave. I don't think that's going to happen, but if that did, I would not blame him one bit. Not one bit.
So you're saying Jokic is selfish, huh?
No.
Icto facto, Jokic is selfish. Wemby wants to win it all. I got you.
No, I don't think that, because Jokic has earned all that money. Right? Jokic is probably still underpaid considering what he has done for that organization. But one guy in Wemby, I mean, like, dude, it's a world of actions over words. And the fact that guy just took, I'm going to be honest with you, I think Victor Wembanyama indirectly just put pressure on other NBA superstars. $50 million less? Hey, who just won the championship?
The Knicks.
Who's the Knicks' best player?
Brunson.
Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson took less. Jalen Brunson took so much less that there was rumors that James Dolan, owner of Madison Square Garden and the New York Knicks, gave him some sort of private, illegal piece of real estate in New York. That's how much less he took when he re-signed with the Knicks. And I'm not saying Jokic should take less because he's earned every dollar. But the most recent NBA champion did it. The best player, arguably in the world, Victor Wembanyama, is doing it before he gets paid. That this is his first big payday, and he's saying. So it's just interesting. It's a different approach for different folks, and but I'm gonna be. I mean, these next few weeks, and we haven't even gotten to the Peyton Watson conversation.
Oh man, we got all day, ZB. You just let me know when and where.
Okay. We'll have that conversation here coming up in this next hour. There is so much to this. All right. And we are just scratching the surface in some ways. Shifting gears. There is a new but kind of old athlete on his way to Denver. We'll get to know him coming up next.
Should fans and media look past a certain thing when it comes to Payton Watson?
It's a gamble that you have to take if you're the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, and don't we have to get over the fact that it's a $25 million a year deal? I know it. The money is insane. It's stupid. It is reckless. It is foolish, okay? I get it. I hate to say it, but $25 million a year isn't that much.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this rush hour ad to keep you calm, which could help your driving. And science says therapy is great for a healthy mindset. So enjoy this 14-second session on us. I think you've done everything right and absolutely nothing wrong. In fact, anything that hasn't gone your way could probably be blamed on your father not being emotionally available because his father wasn't emotionally available, and so on. And now that you're calm and healing, you're probably driving better too.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Hey, Rob Biandino here at BeatTheDA.com. I've handled about 7,000 cases, over 300 trials. Man, I see so many bad stops on these DUIs, unlawful arrests, the police putting body cams off. The evidence is sketchy. We got to go get the evidence. We go find those cameras, the stores, the ATMs, the banks. We got the experts to challenge their breath tests, their blood tests. My office has over 100 years experience at this stuff. Hit me up at BeatTheDA.com or 720-706-5151.
Don't care for my local hometown team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Don't get fooled by out-of-state private equity corporations that are buying local HVAC companies, offering higher prices, bad service, and shady sales tactics. Don't trust your home to someone out of state when you have the best company right here in town. ROX are experts in local energy rebates and tax credits to save you money only at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Do you owe back taxes or have unfiled tax returns? The IRS won't quit until they get your money. Here's great news, fresh from those in the know. Major changes have happened at the IRS. If you owe more than $10,000, you may be eligible for a 99% reduction of what you owe. Haven't filed a return for a while? Their happy clients are talking.
The IRS was going to levy my bank account, but Guardian was able to prevent that and fix all my IRS issues. Thanks again, Guardian Tax.
Need relief from crushing tax debt? The IRS now has special programs. Guardian Tax knows all about them. Personal or business, this is the fresh new brick you've been hoping for.
We aren't the company you call when you need a hug because you're scared of the IRS. Guardian Tax is the company that wins when you need it most.
Guardian Tax Service is really great to work with. They really help me out. I'd recommend them highly.
Call now for a free confidential consultation. 800-505-7844. 800-505-7844. 800-505-7844.
All new drinks are now at McDonald's, with refreshers like the strawberry watermelon refresher and the mango pineapple refresher with popping boba. to crafted sodas like the Sprite Berry Blast with berry flavors and cold foam. Who knew ice-cold drinks could be so fire? 6 all-new drinks are here now at McDonald's.
Refreshers contain caffeine.
July is America's 250th birthday, so declare your independence from low testosterone at Low T Center. Start with a free T test, stay on the treatment for 90 days, and receive $250 back. It's the Low T Center, 250 for 250. Celebrating freedom. Visit them at fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com.
Hey, Colorado, set the summer trend. Get a 30% point-of-sale discount on all new electric lawnmowers, trimmers, and leaf blowers statewide. Ditch the gas for powerful battery packs and breathe easier. Quieter equipment also means you can hear your go-to radio show while you mow. But don't wait. This hot deal only lasts through the end of the year. Learn more at simplestepsbetterair.org. Again, that's simplestepsbetterair.org.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. General contractors, are you tired of working with 8 different subs for a single project? Homestrong is the answer. Their crews handle excavation, foundations, waterproofing, crawl spaces, and flat work. Visit buildhomestrong.com. You'll never go wrong with Homestrong.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
On BritBox, there is a place where stories twist like cobblestone roads. Grand manners hide secrets, and stakes are higher than seaside cliffs. Find places worth getting lost in on BritBox. Watch new series like The Other Bennett Sister from the world of Jane Austen and A Woman of Substance starring Golden Globe winner Brenda Blethyn. If you want to get away, you're in the right place. Stream the best of British TV on BritBox. Free trial at BritBox.com.
What's up, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here. If degenerative joints are trapping you in pain, then you need to go see my friends at Regen RX in Denver, because they can help you reclaim your freedom to move, to explore, and live life on your own terms. Their natural stem cell and PRP therapy uses your body's own healing power to set you free. Pain-free, that is. So get your free consultation today and give them a call at 303-630-9770, or you can visit them online at regenrx.co. And right now, you can get 50% off of your first shockwave therapy treatment in July. So give them a call again at 303-630-9770.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on The Fan, Home Run Derby action kicks off starting at 6.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealership since 1975.
Listen up, Denver. This hour's keyword is walk. W-A-L-K. Text walk to 303-713-1043 right now for your chance to win a $250 gas card. That's walk to 303-713-1043.
By texting, you agree to receive an automated marketing message from Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Message and data rates may apply. For complete rules or to enter the keyword online, visit www.denversports.com/keyword.
Every day at 3:30, the drive comes off the top rope to hit you with a 1, 2, 3.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Denver!
Tape your wrists, stretch your spandex, and oil your hair. Here's Zach and Phil with today's 3 count on the drive.
Let's see if I can still do this.
Remember,
let's come off the top rope with it!
There you go.
All righty.
I had to do your duty the whole week, man.
Did you?
Yes.
Did you really do that?
I didn't trust anybody else to do that. See?
I love it. I love it. It's the 3 count, brought to you by our friends at Homestrong, Colorado's foundation repair and concrete experts. So I said someone new, but kind of old, in more ways than one, is coming to Denver sports. How about the Nuggets signing former Denver West star Alpha Diallo? This is someone who is the reigning EuroLeague Defensive Player of the Year. The EuroLeague is, just a step below a league like the NBA. It is real high-level basketball. Someone like Monte Morris, former Nuggets point guard, is in the EuroLeague as a backup. Like, it's a really tough league. So this was a big deal that Alpha Diallo, former Denver West star, won that award, led the league in steals. He's a former 4-star recruit. Once upon a time, played AAU ball with the Colorado Hawks. And then there was a fight over transfer eligibility with he and Chassa, and it forced him right out of the state of Colorado. He went to Brewster Academy, which is a known basketball factory. He played 4 years at Providence, did not get drafted in 2020. All right, then he was in the Greek League for a year, and then for the past 5 years, he has been building a reputation with AS Monaco in the EuroLeague that I mentioned. And then now, after all that, at 29 years old, leads him back to Denver, kind of where this started.
Good for him, man. And coming out of Denver West, and I know you just got done saying he left and fled the state to go to a better school, a better opportunity. But Denver West, Z, I'm telling you, man, if you went to West, a lot of players don't come out of West. All right, it's not a football, basketball school. It's just kind of like you're just there. And I hate to be that type of guy. But coming
and you're being
DPS,
serious?
I'm being serious, man. When you talk about Denver West, you're going to put 80 on their ass. Basketball, baseball, football, it does not matter. You're putting 80 on them no matter what. And so for a guy to come out of West, that's big time. And, of course, he leaves, but he'll always be able to say he represented for Colorado. And now he's with the Denver Nuggets. We need some defense. So maybe he can help us defensively a little bit more, ZB?
Man, we'll see. I kind of like the approach, all right? It's kind of like Deion Sanders and CU right now. In terms of we know we cannot go out and land big fish, so we have to go fishing in these smaller ponds. So who's the best player at San Diego, or San Jose State? Danny Scudero. All right, let's get him.
Yep.
Who's got 60 starts at Buffalo? All right, let's go get him on our offensive line. So you're fishing in these smaller ponds. So I like the approach because the Nuggets, well, they can go out and get bigger fish, but they're not going to. This is a league minimum guy, $1.4 million, and you need some defense, and he's the best of the rest, non-NBA, in the EuroLeague. So we'll see. I mean,
go in there and play some defense.
But he's a zero on offense. That's the thing. And so, like, when someone like this young man, and he's not that young, he's going to be a 29-year-old rookie, all right, talking about Alpha Diallo, you're basically playing 5-on-4 when you're on offense. So I'm going to be honest, I'm rooting for the young man. I'd be surprised if he's playing meaningful minutes in any game that has even relative importance. But we can root for him, and so right now, it's kind of cool. The Nuggets have KJ Simpson from CU.
Yeah.
They have David Roddy from CSU. And now you have Diallo from Denver West. So 3 different local flavors right now on the Denver Nuggets. We'll see how it all pans out. Next in the 3 count.
1, 2.
All right, Home Run Derby tonight. It's on Netflix. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean,
if I'm putting on Netflix, it's Netflix and chill time. Get my wife, hey, we're putting on Netflix. You know, a movie that you don't like, we're doing that.
Yeah. The Home Run Derby, our guy Hunter Goodman, man, this was disappointing. He never got asked to participate despite already being in Philadelphia for the All-Star game. He's 6th in home runs. He wanted to do it, but never got asked, right? That's the life of a Rocky, I suppose. Kyle Schwarber, the league leader in home runs, 32 dingers, is the betting favorite at plus 285. The Derby is changing its format again. I'm curious, Dante, how you feel about this too, and if Drew has a thought, both the big baseball guys behind the glass. So they're going away from the clock. This year it's going to be based on swings. All right, the first round will consist of all 8 hitters getting 20 swings. The top 4 hitters will move on to the semifinals, where they'll each get 15 swings, followed by the final, which is also 15 swings. Will you watch this tonight, or are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm Netflixing and chilling, the real Netflixing, because at this point, I don't want to see some grown-ass men that we know can hit the ball over the stadium if you want them, or if you let them, just to hit balls, man. It's boring to me. So I'm going to do something else, ZB. Of course, I'm going to be rooting for Hunter Goodman for just being there in general, but yeah, I'm off on this one. I'm out.
Will you guys watch this behind the glass? Will you watch the Home Run Derby
I will
tonight?
not be watching this tonight, no. I'm going to catch up on shows with the wife. I've been watching World Cup nonstop, So I got to spend some time with the wife. I'm not watching the home.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
Okay. Dante, will you watch this tonight?
Yeah, I might tune into the last semifinals and the finals. I feel like it's going to take a lot longer and it's going to be a lot slower with the new format. So I'm good on the first round. Just, let me get to the end.
Yeah, I'll probably take a peek at it. You know who's going to love this is my 7-year-old.
Of course.
Right, who's playing baseball right now. And he, with stuff like this, 3-point contest, slam dunk contest, home run derby, he just lights up. So we'll probably watch it. I'll probably throw, $10-15 on someone. But we'll see how it all plays out next in the 3 count.
1, 2, 3!
All right, speaking of World Cup, Drew just mentioned it. We could not have asked for a better World Cup semifinals. 2 premier matchups with the 4 best teams fighting for a spot in the final. Tomorrow, we have Spain taking on France, and then Wednesday, we'll have England taking on Messi and Argentina. The odds are all super close. This has been a wildly successful World Cup, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
The games have been insanely entertaining. And we had a conversation about 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago, that if the United States made it to the semifinal, this is what this is, would it draw a Super Bowl number, a Super Bowl-esque number? Would it be the most watched American sporting event of all time when you consider the rest of the world watching, not just Americans watching the Super Bowl? And if their knockout game number 2 was any indication, Drew, what'd you say, 50 million people?
ZB, we're getting hyped, too. We're like, hey, we got a chance on Belgium just for them to lay that egg.
That was bad.
Jump.
That was bad.
It was bad. It was disrespectful.
What
are we doing, man?
But, dude, if 50 million people are watching the round of 16, if 50 million people, if they were in the Final Four, I don't know, man. I think we'd easily be looking at 75 million.
Yeah, I can say 75. You think 100 million would watch that?
If they made it to the final, I think they would. I think it'd be
Make it to the final.
Yeah, if they made it to the final, I think it'd be the most watched American sporting event of all time.
Man, I don't know if we get to 100 million. Football still runs the world, or rules the world, especially here in the United States. But it's close. People love their soccer, and the soccer has been around for forever.
Man, well, it never came to that.
Yeah.
Right? And they really didn't come close. Let's be real. They got trounced. And the game that they did win was the first ever round of 32. So it was the biggest pool of teams ever. You won. We felt good about it. And then you got drilled in the next round. It's kind of like, when I was hearing, folks talk about the Nuggets, man, the Nuggets would have matched up well with San Antonio. Man, had they just got past that, it's no.
That's an ELO for you.
You got cracked in the
AP
first
for you.
round by backups. You just can't teleport to the finals. Oh, we would have beat the Knicks. We would have beat the Spurs. I'm no, you weren't close. You don't get to have those conversations.
Can't even beat backups. Booby's backups are beating you, man.
All right. Something controversial happened over the weekend that left a bad taste in the mouth of sports fans. And we'll talk about it next.
They're back. Our free limited edition Training Camp 2026 t-shirts. We'll have 5 drops this year at various Santiago's Mexican restaurants across the metro area starting July 16th. Limit 1 per person while supplies last. For more details and to find the location nearest you, head to DenverSports.com/shirt.
Hey, what's up, guys? Zach here, talking to the fellas. If you've been wandering around the house lately, wondering why you're tired, foggy, unmotivated, somehow gaining weight, even though your diet consists mostly of air and regret, you might be dealing with low testosterone. A lot of guys just chalk it up to getting older, but let's be real. You shouldn't feel like you need a nap after tying your shoes. And if your workouts feel more like warm-ups, your sleep is trash, your sex drive is in the witness protection program, might be time to get checked. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, they use advanced medical strategies, TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1, PDA, and more to help you get your energy back, improve your sleep, boost your workouts, shed pounds, get your life back. All right, the appointment is just $99. That includes a medical consult plus a T and PSA test. And if you start treatment that day, the visit's free. They have 5 locations in Colorado. They have treated tens of thousands of men. This is what they do. So give them a call at 720-440-7900 or visit them online at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Hi, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Home Improvements. For an 8% scheduling incentive and a special financing rate of 0% APR with 72 equal monthly payments, go to drhi.com. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors. Finished basements, windows, and doors. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
The sounds of summer. They're great until they're not. Luckily, AutoZone has free battery testing and charging
Let me check that for you.
to help make a rough moment smooth. Don't miss the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone. Free products with select deals until July 27th. And free services every day. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Guys, are you looking for a simple solution to hair loss this summer? Get Advanced Hair's breakthrough one-day treatment during their once-yearly summer savings event. Your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day, and Advanced Hair guarantees it will grow. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar during Advanced Hair's best offer ever. For details and a free consultation, call 720-459-HAIR or at advancedhair.com.
In Colorado, relationships matter. That's why contractors across the Front Range choose Western Pacific for doors and millwork. 35 years of quality products, next-day delivery, and fast will call service. Visit GoWestPack.com. Western Pacific, local ownership, professional expertise.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. On behalf of my friends at American Financing, what if next month looked different? What if instead of robbing Peter to pay Paul, you had one clear payment and money left over for the things that actually matter? If you're a homeowner, that's not a fantasy. American Financing is making it happen. They're not going to judge you. They're here to help you. Everything is more expensive right now, and you're spending more on the basics than ever before. American Financing's salary-based mortgage consultants will give your paycheck a raise by lowering your debt obligations. Their average customer savings is $800 a month, and you may delay 2 mortgage payments, and you may close in as fast as 10 days. Guys, there's no upfront fees. There's no obligation. We all want to live without stress. Your home's equity could help you do this. So call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
Well, Lorenzo, the pitch looked good.
Yeah, so green.
USA keeper was decent enough.
Didn't have much to do.
99 minutes.
Not a single goal. Well, Bet365 sure came through, though. I bet $10 and got $150 in bonus bets, just for signing up.
At least someone scored.
Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Colorado. T's and C's apply. In-app only.
Is your health telling you it's time to lose weight? High blood pressure, rising cholesterol, joint pain, or more medications don't have to be your future. Colorado Fat Loss can help people lose 20 to 40 pounds naturally in about 60 days and keep it off. Schedule a free consultation at coloradofatloss.com. That's coloradofatloss.com.
Want to partake in our contest? Check out the rules at DenverSports.com. Want real Broncos talk? Cecil Lemmy and Andrew Mason bring the heat on Orange and Blue Today. The most passionate intelligence and in-depth Broncos coverage in the game. Weekdays at 5 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Hit subscribe at Denver Sports 104.3 and never miss another take. Orange and Blue Today, powered by Ramos Law, official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
So something controversial happened over the weekend. left a bad taste in the mouth of sports fans.
Something's always happening, ZB. Something.
Oh, yeah. No doubt. No doubt. So we'll get to that here real quick. But first, guys, this Thursday, all right, from noon to 1, it's the first giveaway of our free limited edition training camp 2026 T-shirts. We'll be at Santiago's Mexican restaurant located at 2501 Ford Street in Golden. All right, you only get one per person while supplies last. These have known to sell out, but they're not for sale. It's free, okay? For more details and to find the location nearest you, head to denversports.com/shirt. Okay, so something happened over the weekend, man. Controversial. You're talking about something going viral like lickety-split? Conor McGregor, the most popular MMA fighter of all time. All right. Now, I'm not saying he's the best MMA fighter of all time, but from a popularity standpoint, he is number one ever. All right. And that's from the people who cover that sport the closest. He returned to the octagon over the weekend. Kind of. He hadn't fought in 5 years. All right. We hadn't seen Conor McGregor in a very long time.
Other than in the movie Roadhouse. They redid the movie. He was a part of it.
Yes.
I didn't really like the movie. He's not a good actor either.
No, and he's got in legal trouble and, assault stuff and all this stuff, okay? So he got back in the octagon, and his highly anticipated fight with Max Holloway, who is a dog.
Man, that
dude, and we've watched Max Holloway for years. I will not claim to be a hardcore MMA fan, but I am a fan. I've really thought out on it over the years, and I'm basically their target audience because guess who was downloading the Paramount app and loading it on our smart TV and signing up for the $8.99 a month subscription?
You.
It was me.
You.
It was me. I'm literally who they're looking for, and they made some comment on the broadcast that they had as many level of engagement that they had for that fight for someone who hadn't fought in 5 years as they had for that mega card on the White House lawn just a few weeks ago. So what did you watch the fight, and what did you make of what happened that it ended in 1 minute and 9 seconds?
So of course I watched the fight. I couldn't wait for the fight. It's Conor McGregor. It's Max Holloway. And the one thing about Holloway is when it's time to fight, he could be winning the fight. There's 1 minute left in the fight. He's gonna point, hey, show up in the middle of the ring, and we're about to throw down. It does not matter. He does not care. It's entertaining.
He just did that a couple of years ago with
who did it was Gaethje.
It was Justin Gaethje. Yes, that's right.
He does not care, Zach. He does not care. He's just gonna go at you as hard as he can, and if he wins it, cool. If he gets knocked out, it's about respect. I wouldn't do that. If I'm winning the round, I'm running around the ring.
Yeah.
But
that's who you are.
I used to be a dog, now I'm a cat. But so of course I tuned in, ZB. I tuned in. I couldn't wait for the fight. And then it happened. Conor blows his knee out.
Dude.
With a minute into the fight.
I was going to say, it wasn't even a minute. It lasted a minute and 9 seconds, but it happened immediately. That was nuts. Now, I felt super disappointed and unfulfilled, and this is someone who made quite a chunk of change on Max Holloway. I mean, I was 9 seconds away from hitting a 6-1. This thing is going to be over in the first 6.
You won. You won the fight no matter what.
I did. You cannot just be on the sidelines for 5 years and jump back into that sport and think you're going to hang with someone like Max Holloway. If they fought 10 times, he'd win all 10 fights. But because McGregor is so popular, people wanted to bet on McGregor, and it helped even the odds for someone like me who was like, I'm betting against that guy. But then you have these rumors that he was hurt before the fight ever started. It looked like when he was taking off his shoes that he was favoring the knee. There's a photo of him going into a pain clinic 4 days before the fight ever started. I think there's something to this. I think that he knew he wasn't right. He's got 2 fights left on his deal with the UFC. Yep. Now he's got just 1. And it was like, dude, we're too close to this fight. I'm not saying he tore his ACL in advance because I don't believe that. I think he fully ruptured it that first sequence of the fight.
Yeah, my guess is he partially tore it.
Yeah.
Felt something pull.
Yeah.
That's usually what happens is something tugs in the back. You say, hey, look, I'm going to go out there anyway because I'm going to make a $15 million guaranteed plus more when everybody tunes in. So you damn right I'm going to be out there. It buckled on him. He tears it, and he still goes away with $15 million. They usually say, Okay, when you play in the NFL, like you're not gonna make faster money than in the NFL or NBA, NHL. Well, this man just made $15 million in less than a minute. Z.
Crazy. So
sign me up.
Where is, because McGregor's already said he's going to come back, and apparently he's like turned his life, around. He's,
Yeah, he said the devil took over.
And he posted, I'm in the Sin City without sin. He's turned his life over to I think Christianity. Your level of interest in McGregor moving forward after he rehabs this and comes back, because he's going to do exactly that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm definitely gonna watch the fight because I want to see what McGregor can still do. But like the interest level of it, like the excitement, it's not gonna be there because at the end of the day, it's like, man, you've already done this for a very long time. You're done. You're out of it. The only reason why you're finishing up is because you have to, because you sign a contract so you can pay or make the rest of your money. But I'm not going to be sitting there excited to watch the fight like I was the other night. I couldn't wait to watch that fight. Now it's like, man, let's just get this over with. All right, the last time Conor tried to fight, he broke his leg. Then he comes out, tears his knee.
Right.
What's next?
Right.
What's next?
Well, we will have to wait and see. But I'll tell you, and I'm a sucker, I will be watching his next fight, and I'll be betting against him. I'm not a very big fan of his, but I'll watch. It's for the same reason I'll watch like Jake Paul, right? I want to see you get knocked out. And so we'll see what that whole thing looks like moving forward. But very, very controversial moment over the weekend for sure. Okay, shifting gears here. I got to tell you a quick story about something that happened to me over the weekend.
I was waiting for your stories.
All right, and we also have to hit this story, another type of story that came out on ESPN.com today, because NFL scouts, executives, and coaches voted on the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL. Does Bo Nix now officially have a right to feel disrespected? We'll talk about why coming up next.
They're back. Our free limited edition Training Camp 2026 t-shirts will have 5 drops this year at various Santiago's Mexican restaurants across the metro area starting July 16th. Limit 1 per person while supplies last. For more details and to find the location nearest you, head to denversports.com/shirt.
Hey, what's up, guys? Zach here. On behalf of my friends at Aero Seal Colorado. How many times do you invite a company into your house and they literally change your home forever? That's what happened with me in Aero Seal Colorado a handful of years ago. It was hot upstairs, cold downstairs, and that temperature and discomfort was it was a real issue. And it was, especially my daughter's room was getting so hot, and right down the hall it'd be like 7-8 degrees difference. Well, that's because our ducts weren't sealed. All right, that's what Aero Seal does. They seal your duct system. I'm talking energy, efficiency, saving money on an increasing utility bill. Guys, their 4.9 rating on Google says it all. It's a truly innovative approach to making your home more comfortable. They can fix what others can't even find. Aero Seal Colorado. Comfort sealed.
Colorado's 150th birthday. What do you even get the state that has everything? Wildflowers, sunshine, 4 seasons in a single day? Seems like that's covered. How about the new 150th birthday scratch game from the Colorado Lottery? It's loaded with $150 prizes for you and helps give back to Colorado's great outdoors. Happy birthday, old buddy. Don't remember you celebrating my birthday, but I guess you're the big shot here. New 150th birthday scratch. Must be 18 to play.
Hey, it's Phillip Lindsay here. Do you need a new roof, gutters, or exterior needs? Monarch is your one-stop shop, backed by 16 years of experience and over 10,000 satisfied customers. Their in-house insurance team fights for you, and their white glove service means every detail is handled with care. Competitive pricing, award-winning craftsmanship, and the only roofer the Denver Broncos chose to endorse. A proud member of Team Dave Logan, make the call to your home team, Monarch Construction and Roofing, the official roofer of the Denver Broncos.
Hi, this is Larry Jagger with SCL Mortgage, letting you know about our second mortgages for anything you need, including home improvements, paying off debt, and more. Visit us at myspecialmortgage.com or call 303-790-2222, NMLS number 1200716.
Are you one of those people who dread going to the dentist? If so, have you tried sedation dentistry? Learn more about sedation dentistry at coloradosedation.com. Sit back, relax, and dream with the most experienced sedation dentist and staff at Clarkson Dental.
Joint pain is awful when you're the person who is fighting through it, but I'm betting you aren't the only ones affected. Maybe you love someone who struggles with joint pain. You see it. You see what they don't say, what they've slowly stopped doing. It's July. The days are long. The light hangs around. Time to be outside, moving, playing, living, and you're sitting it out. Hey, it's Mike Evans. Let's talk about getting that life back, because at QC Kinetics, that's what's happening every day. People who are stuck in that cycle of pain in their hips, knees, shoulders, and back, they're finally stepping out of it with regenerative treatments done right in their office. No surgery, long recovery, or putting life on hold. Just real relief. The inflammation eases and the pain lets go. We hear it all the time, not just from patients, but from the people around them. He's back. She's herself again. So if this sounds like you or someone you love, go find out what's possible. QC Kinetics offers a free consultation to see if you're a candidate. Call 303-900-8986, 303-900-8986, with locations in Aurora, Superior, Highlands Ranch, and The Springs. It's QC Kinetics.
Switching your account numbers is hard. Being forced to switch, even worse. That's why at Belco Credit Union, we want to pay you to switch. From June 1st to August 31st, we're offering a $300 bonus when you open a new checking account with a qualifying direct deposit of $500 or more. They changed your account number. You can change who you bank with. Go to belco.org/switch for full offer details. Insured by NCUA. Membership eligibility required. Conditions and restrictions apply. Belco. Banking for everyone.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. Summer is here, and if you're planning a home project this year, windows, siding, or decking, now is the time to sign before the snow flies. Don't wait. Get the project you've always wanted and lock in a low-interest loan as low as 6.99% for 15 years. You deserve to enjoy your home, and 5280 Exteriors makes it easy with financing built for real Colorado homeowners. Call today or visit 5280exteriors.com to schedule your free estimate.
Summer in Colorado means more water use. Call Benjamin Franklin for water heaters, drains, water quality, and more. Available 24/7 with a satisfaction guarantee. Look at BenjaminFranklinDenver.com.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. Powered by Regen RX. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on The Fan, Home Run Derby action kicks off starting at 6.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealership since 1975.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Halfway home here on Monday. Great to be back in the saddle here behind this microphone where I've been for nearly a decade.
Great to have you back, man.
Hanging out with my guy Phillip Lindsay here. First half of the show has absolutely flown by. All right. I'll tell you a quick story, then I'll get to this top 10 list.
Yeah, story time.
So yesterday morning, it's for the first time my 4-year-old daughter is starting T-ball.
Okay.
And dude, to see this little 4-year-old in these like baseball pants and just like it's the cutest thing in the world. And we show up and a bunch of kids there running around, and on one end of the field, the team that we're playing, there's the coach. I see him in his red I-9 shirt. He's conducting practice. Okay. And our side of the field, we just got kids randomly running around and a bunch of parents looking around at each other. It's then I realized that no one stepped up to be the coach.
So
and there I am.
Oh, no.
So guess who's the new 4-year-old T-ball coach? It's your boy ZB.
There you go.
Corralling these young kids. I got one kid who literally won't speak, just will not say a word. I mean, these kids they're 4. Oh, they're 4.
So, like, what do you do with them? Just let them run around, try to hit the ball?
Number one thing, I was like, okay, this is a bat. Like, the number one thing is safety. Like, you guys cannot just be swinging these bats. Someone's going to get hurt. And so we went through that exercise of, like, when you have the bat, you check around you type deal. And then it's like, here's what you do after you hit the ball. You got to run the first base. I mean, it is the most. It was like teaching you about baseball 3 years ago. After you hit it, you run the first base, right? Phil, and then from first base you run the second base. And so it's literally that rudimentary. Like we're running around the bases together so they can like figure out the sequence.
That's fun. You're gonna be out there for hours, but it's gonna be fun,
dude. That's what my wife said. She's like, I know you didn't want to do it, but you were out there. It kind of looked like you were having fun, And I love little kids like that. So, but anyway. So I'm the new coach. I'm sure I'll have a story or two throughout this season that we've just undertaken.
You're going to coach basketball again, right?
Yes.
All right,
yes.
There we go.
Yep.
You got one more year under your belt before I fire your ass. You better win more games.
Yeah, all right. We did go 1-9 last year. All right. So NFL scouts, executives, coaches, they voted on this poll, and they've been doing it for every position. ESPN does this every year. I love this list because it's a true temperature of how you're thought of inside the NFL. Like, where is your standing amongst your own peers within the league? Not necessarily the players voting. That's a separate thing. But so scouts, executives, coaches all polled anonymously. And today was the day where they released the batch of top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL. And it goes something like this. For the first time, Josh Allen got voted number one.
That's why you showed up today.
And that's why I'm back from vacation.
Came Friday, right?
I was supposed to be back on Wednesday. I'm like, no. I have to talk about this.
Wait until Josh.
So Allen's number one. Mahomes is number two. Stafford is number three. Joe Burrow is number four. And Lamar Jackson rounds out the top five. All right? Not expecting to hear Bo Nix's name in that classification. Then you get to number 6, it's Dak Prescott. You get to number 7, it's Justin Herbert. You get to 8, it's Drake May. You get to 9, it's Jared Goff. You get to 10, it's Caleb Williams. So 2 players in Bo's class are inside the top 10 according to people within the league itself.
Top 10.
Then we get to number 11, it's Sam Darnold. We get to number 12, it's the 3rd member of Bo's own class, Jaden Daniels, comes in at number 12. Jordan Love is 13. Brock Purdy comes in as the 14th best quarterback in the NFL, according to scouts, executives, and coaches polled anonymously. Then it's Baker Mayfield coming in at number 15. Still have not heard Bo Nix's name yet. Then you have Trevor Lawrence coming in at number 16. You have former Super Bowl MVP and your personal hero, Jalen Hurts, at number 17.
That hurts at 17.
And then finally at 18, Bo Nix hears his name come off the board in sort of like an honorable mention, others receiving votes type of classification.
I'm just sitting here shaking my head like, what in the world are we doing? These are supposed to be the guys in the front office that are watching football all day long, all day and all night long. These are scouts that are going out there trying to put together this list of players that they want to draft. And yet for Bo Nix, who in 2 years has done so much for the Denver Broncos, the first time Bo Nix stepped on that football field for the Denver Broncos, they were in the playoffs.
Yep.
The second year, they were 1 game away from the playoffs. And the reason why, let's be real, scouts and coaches, the reason why the Denver Broncos did not get to the Super Bowl was because Bo Nix got hurt. That, to me, is a fact. I know it's my opinion, but that's a fact.
Well, I don't think it's a fact, but I agree with that.
Well, that's how strong I feel about Bo Nix, ZB. Now, come on.
There you go.
So I just feel like right now you're disrespecting this man again. For what reason? I don't know why. Caleb Williams has had 1 really good year. Okay, last year was a really good year for him. Drake May had 1 really good year. Yes, he got to the Super Bowl, but he did not do well in the playoffs. He did not do well in the Super Bowl.
He did not.
And yet you put Drake May at number 8, and you put Caleb Williams number 10, and then Jaden McDaniels, who's been hurt. He was hurt all year. You put him at 12, and Bo Nix at 18. There's something fishy about that. And I don't think it has to do with Bo. I think it has to do with maybe Sean Payton. It has to do with the defense for 2 straight years doing a really good job. And then for Bo, maybe it's because he has started slow. That's the only thing I can think of. But to put him at 18 and not maybe 15 or 14, that's a crime right there. I'm about to start arresting people.
A crime?
Man, come on.
You're offended.
Yeah, I'm offended.
You're triggered.
I'm mad. You better believe it.
So I mostly co-sign what you're saying here. I have issue with Bo standing on this list. I do. But really, it's within the people in his own class.
Mm-hmm.
It's Drake May, it's Caleb Williams, and it's Jane Daniels. And those guys have not done what Bo has done. They have not thrown the number of touchdowns that Bo has thrown. They have not won the games that Bo has won. Only Russell Wilson has won as many games in his first 2 seasons as Bo Nix has. It's literally the NFL record. All right? And so when you've thrown the most touchdowns, you've won the most games, what are we sort of holding against him? Because he didn't throw as many yards? Because he threw maybe 400 yards less than Drake May?
Yeah. The passing attempts too, right? They're probably saying like Bo Nix had the most passing attempts in the NFL. It didn't crack the 4,000 mark.
I get that too. And when you're leading the league in attempts, you probably should get to 4,000. He was flirting with it. But what I would say is the guy who's number 1 on this list, Josh Allen, he didn't throw for 4,000 yards last year. So it doesn't make a lot of sense for me. I don't think it's a crime.
It's a crime.
Like you said. All right?
The criminals out there are going to get arrested.
We'll take a step back and analyze where exactly Bo Nix should rank on a list like this, and we'll do that next.
With the Broncos bringing back J.K. Dobbins and drafting Jonah Coleman, is there an important piece that fans could be sleeping on?
It just seems like RJ Harvey's been the forgotten man in all this. There were things he did last year that maybe didn't blow you away. He was a rookie. I'm one that refuses to bury a guy until I see how he comes back for that second year. Because for a lot of these rookies, that rookie season is just one big whirlwind.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Progressive provides protection for your boat and other outdoor vehicles so you can explore new things.
Oh, I can finally try pesto.
We meant like water skiing.
I've just never had pesto.
Or maybe take the boat somewhere new.
I mean, is pesto spicy or sweet? Oh, guess we'll find out, right?
Right. Bundle home or auto insurance with your boat, RV, or motorcycle and stay protected with Progressive while you explore.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not ready for pesto.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
There are so many out-of-state roofing companies and roofing companies claiming to be locally owned, yet owned by out-of-state private equity firms.
Denver Roof Pros is the real deal. We are truly locally owned and operate right out of Denver.
We've been serving the Front Range and the Eastern Plains from Fort Collins to Colorado Springs for 10 years.
Choose local. Choose DenverRoofPros.com.
No matter if it hails, rains, or snows, nobody knows your roof like the Denver Roof Pros. Hey!
The Drive is heading to Aurora Hills Golf Course on July 17th from 2 to 6 p.m. Zach By and Phillip Lindsay live from Aurora's original municipal course, a centrally located gem with great course conditions and reasonable fees. Live broadcast at Aurora Hills Golf Course July 17th.
In the military, the mission was clear. You knew what to do. Now, the mission has changed. Stepping into civilian life isn't about finding a job. It's finding your purpose.
I wanted a career that would leverage the skills and discipline I gained in the military. IT just felt right.
My Computer Career offers class schedules that fit into your life and skills in high demand. Put your VA benefits to work. Visit mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to jumpstart your IT career today. An elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, to get 30, to get 20, 20, 20, to get 20, 20, to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month. Sold!
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
When disaster hits your home, it's game time. Water in the basement, fire damage, mold creeping in. Don't sit on the sidelines. Call Able. Able Restoration is your first round draft pick for emergency response, mitigation, and full rebuild. We move fast, protect your property, and fight for you with insurance start to finish. This isn't practice. This is your home. And when it's time to step up and protect what matters most, bring Able to the table. Call 303-590-5600. That's 303-590-5600. Go Able. Bring Able to the table.
Getting a little older doesn't have to mean, well, getting older. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. And if you're feeling low energy, can't sleep, can't lose weight, are struggling with brain fog, or your sex drive is off, it's time to change it up. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, our advanced medical strategies featuring TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and more treat low T and other hormonal issues to help you shed pounds, have more energy, enhance your body composition, improve sleep, increase your sex drive, and so much more. Getting you back in the game again. So don't be older. Be stronger in the gym. Be sharper at work. Be better in the bedroom, and be more confident in every part of your life. So call us today and find out how our advanced treatment strategies could change the game for you. Your first visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on one of our advanced treatment plans on the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here. And if you're over 50, there's a good chance you're dealing with an enlarged prostate. Waking up at night, weak stream, all of it. Here's the good news. PAE, prostate artery embolization, is minimally invasive, done through a tiny pinhole, and you're home the same day. Most men who have PAE don't experience any sexual side effects associated with conventional prostate surgery. At Colorado Advanced Endovascular, their experienced team offers specialized prostate treatment with near zero impact on sexual function. Lakewood location, personalized care. Visit coloradoae.com.
I'm Rob Wilhite. For almost 50 years, Colorado has trusted the Wilhite Law Firm after serious car accidents. With over $1 billion recovered, we know how to win for our community. Injured? Call 303-GOOD-LAW or visit WilhiteWins.com. That's WilhiteWins.com.
Mike Rowe here with another fun fact. If your concrete is cracked or uneven, you can actually lift it back up. Whether it's a sinking driveway, a patio, or a sidewalk, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to lift your concrete slabs. Schedule a free inspection with Groundworks, the foundation and waterproofing experts.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by TradeGen Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors.
Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Powered by Advanced Tax Solutions. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
As we sit here in the studio on ESPN, they have the top 10 quarterbacks.
They're listening to us, ZB.
And every guy, 7 of the 10 guys were on this list last year. Who wasn't was Dak, Drake May, and Caleb Williams. And we're just sort of reacting to the conversation. ESPN does this every year. I really like the list. It's a fun just exercise. And these are people within the sport itself. So it sheds light on how these coaches, executives, I mean, these are coordinators and stuff. Yeah. So, like, these are, like, they didn't ask me, Phil. You know what I mean? So,
but even them, they're human beings and they're biased towards certain people.
Sure, no,
right?
That's true.
Like you looked at a scout. A scout may have had Bo Nix in the second round, and now Bo Nix is balling out, and everybody's saying, "Hey, why'd you not pick him up, or why'd you not have him in the top round?" Makes you look bad, and everybody in the in the top of the organization, the front office, they want to be right.
Sure.
And so when they're wrong, it's hard for them to come to conclusion and say, you know what, yeah, I am wrong, and be able to admit it. And a lot of people can't do that, and just in general, people can't admit when they're wrong.
And that's life, and that's why we have, one of the reasons why we have the phrase confirmation bias. Is so if you were high on Jaden Daniels and you see him play, it confirms your forecast for that young man. If you were high on Drake May, like a lot of people were, and then he goes out and finishes runner-up for MVP, like he's going to be in your top 10. And, similarly, what you're saying about Bo, if you thought you had a second-round grade on him, this goes back. It's almost like a different conversation of, like, the vision stuff, and the forecast.
Exactly.
And the outlook for someone. And we talk about impressions, and I've shared through the years that, we used to think that these impressions were made within minutes. They're made within seconds. And if someone makes a good impression on you, it really sticks. They really have to screw it up, and if someone makes a bad impression on you, they really have to overcome that initial impression to be looked at favorably.
Well, somebody doesn't like Bo Nix. A couple people don't like Bo Nix. They have him at 18.
18. I mean, so look, I don't want to go over the top here. All right, I'll leave that for you. Who called it a crime?
It's a crime.
Said it's a
criminal. There's a criminal there.
It's a crime that Bo Nix is 18. Here's my biggest thing. It's really with the people in his own class. That's it. Jayden Daniels didn't play football this past year, and when he was out there, he wasn't very good. Now, his rookie year was RG3-esque. I mean, he was a dynamo. But I have 1 year of that. I have 2 awesome years of Bo Nix. Drake May, similarly. I mean, his rookie year, he threw for like 2,000 yards, 15 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions.
He struggled.
And so the third is Caleb Williams, who is a fantastic talent, but materially, Bo Nix has just been better through 2 years. Now you can say Caleb has higher upside, and he's when he's got his flashiest plays, there's no one better, and I can hear all that. But through substance, and I'm not sitting here saying Bo Nix should be a top 10 quarterback because I don't believe he is or should be on this list. Maybe this time next year, and we can talk about what he's got to do here. But my biggest beefs are Drake May, Caleb Williams, and Jayden Daniels. Bo Nix has threw more touchdowns than those 3. He has won more games than those 3 significantly, the most in NFL history, tied with Russ through the first 2 years. And for those reasons, I can't co-sign it. But that being said, I'm moving Bo from 18 to 15. I'm not moving him from 18 to 9. I'm not cutting the list in half. And honestly, if you asked me this morning before I looked at this list, where does Bo Nix rank in terms of NFL quarterbacks, I probably would have said right around 15.
Yeah, but then also sometimes you have to ask yourself this. Like, if there's a game on the line and you have the guys that are in front of him, let's just go with Jordan Love because head-to-head, Bo Nix beat Jordan Love. Who would you go for? Who would you go with? Like, you get to choose a quarterback, Bo Nix or Jordan Love, to go in there and win the game for you. Who do you go with?
To go in and win the game?
Win the game.
I think I might choose Bo Nix if it was like the fourth quarter. He's shown those traits, Through the first 3 quarters, I may go Jordan Love. Honestly. Bo, that's one thing that Bo needs to iron out. And he's a young football player who's playing the hardest position in sports. So you show him some grace. We're 2 years into a hopeful 10, 12-year proposition here. It's the consistency. That's all.
And so maybe that's what the front offices and the coaches, staffs, the scouts are looking at is like Bo Nix just needs to be consistent. Bo Nix hasn't in the 2 years started fast.
He has not.
And now he's finished strong, and he's gotten better as games went on. But if Bo this year can start fast against a tough team, like tough teams, the gauntlet that he's getting ready to go through, then he will make the top 10. He'll have no choice but to make the top 10 if he's beaten Jacksonville and the Rams and the Chiefs, and he's putting up numbers when it comes to passing, and he's consistent, and he's efficient when he is throwing the football, and he's staying in the pocket. That's when you become top 10. And so for Bo, maybe this gives him a little bit more motivation to go out there and say, I am top 10, and I can be consistent. And in the last 2 years, there are no flukes, that this is who I'm going to be every single year as long as I can stay healthy.
Well, that's number one, right? He's got to stay healthy, and I'm not talking about just at the start of training camp or week 1, right? My concern is big picture, long term with Bo Nix. Can he stay on the field? And that ankle stuff, it just scares the heck out of me. It scares the heck out of me. But if he can stay healthy, this is a guy who's got no real question marks about his work ethic, about his football character, about his compete level, his competitive nature. It's all check. And, man, I just think that Bo, one, he's got to get more accurate with the football.
He does.
Right? So you're talking about a guy who is, I think, 23rd, 24th in the league in completion percentage, and he's got a bunch of stuff at the line of scrimmage, so it should be higher than what it is. He's got to get better at downfield completion rate as well, right? One of the more lackluster numbers in the league, his completion percentage is in the 30% 100% variety on passes 20 yards or more down the field. And the Broncos do that a bunch. Only the Jags and...
Was it the Chargers?
It was the Jags and the Rams.
The Rams, yeah.
Yeah, only the Rams and the Jags attempted more passes downfield than Denver. And it's almost smacks of, hey, you're leading the league in passing attempts, but you're not a 4,000-yard passer. You're attempting as many downfield passes as anyone in the league, but the completion percentage is in the 30s. But in some ways, that this is what is really encouraging, because the start of Bo Nix's career has been awesome.
Yes.
Has it been perfect? No.
But they win. Bo Nix is a winner.
Dude, and he's a big part of the reason. He's the number one playmaker on offense. So it's not perfect, but I often say don't let perfection be the enemy of really freaking good. And it's been really freaking good, but living in the same sentence is he's got still so much room to grow. So what if he does grow and continue to develop? Then it's like, well, what does that look like? And
Super Bowls. Bowls.
It could be.
MVPs, right? That's what it looks like if he does what you said and gets better every single year.
Yeah. Okay. Shifting gears here. One member of the Broncos is writing one of the most unique stories in team history, and over the weekend he added another chapter. That's next.
Should fans and media look past a certain thing when it comes to Peyton Watson?
It's a gamble that you have to take if you're the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, and don't we have to get over the fact that it's a $25 million a year deal? I know it. The money is insane. It's stupid. It is reckless. It is foolish, okay? I get it. I hate to say it, but $25 million a year isn't that much.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
All right, Broncos country. Phillip Lindsay here, and it's time for you to buckle up. As you know, and if you've ever watched me play, I'm all about speed, agility, and getting where I need to go efficiently. And when it comes to your summer vacation, you need that same kind of reliable power. And that's why I'm teaming up with my friends at Hermes Worldwide. Let's be real, getting to and from the airport or your destination could be a total fumble. And guys, you know me, I don't fumble. I don't want to deal with stressful parking, unreliable ride sharing, because nobody needs to deal with that. So I'm here to tell you that my friends at Hermes Worldwide are going to step into the game, score that game-winning touchdown for your travel plans. They offer top-notch transportation services, from sleek airport transfers in comfortable clean vehicles to reliable long-distance travel. They're dependable and also very professional, and they understand that your vacation time is precious to you and your family. So, what I'm trying to tell you is you need to ditch the travel day headaches and make your summer vacation a guaranteed win. Call Hermes Worldwide today at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports. Again, that's ridehermes.com/DenverSports to book your next ride today.
Summer weather can be full of surprises. If your home has been affected by the recent storms, trust a local professional roofer with decades of combined experience. Golden Spike Roofing is here for all your repair or roof replacement needs. Call today for a free inspection and estimate for roofing done right down to the last nail.
Call Golden Spike Roofing when your roof needs a fix. 303-942-1386. Golden Spike Roofing.
You know that feeling, sitting at the kitchen table, staring at a stack of bills, wondering how you got here? Credit cards, car payments, subscriptions you forgot about. It all piles up. But here's the thing. If you own a home, you're sitting on the answer. American Financing can help you declutter your monthly bills into a single manageable payment. Their salary-based mortgage consultants look at your entire financial picture, not just one piece, all right? The average customer savings is $800 a month. You may delay 2 mortgage payments and may close in as fast as 10 days. Guys, there is never any upfront fees or obligation with American Financing. This is a family-owned lender, not one of those big banks where you're just a number. So pick up the phone and start that conversation at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or simply visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
Robbie Dino here at BeatTheDA.com. I've handled over 7,000 cases, 300 trials. Let's face it, divorce is really impactful. You may have a controlling spouse. You may have a violent spouse. You may have been a victim of a domestic violence. You may be wrongfully accused of domestic violence. This all affects parenting rights. And let's face it, the kids are the most important. These are the things that need to be handled. They need to be handled appropriately by someone that's going to protect your kids and protect your rights. Hit me up at beattheda.com, 720-706-5151.
This July is America's 250th birthday, and Low T Center is celebrating 250 years of freedom with our 250 for 250 deal. All month long, men who start testosterone therapy and stay with it for 90 days earn $250. So if you're over 40 with low energy, sex drive, not feeling yourself, don't stay that way. Low T Center is raising the T of American patriots from sea to shining sea. Come celebrate 250 years of America with Low T Center's 250 for 250 deal, because bringing back energy and vitality of your youth is worth celebrating. Go to fixmylowt.com to book a free tea test. That's fixmylowt.com. Offer ends July 31st. Terms and conditions apply.
Most home sellers get one offer. It's somewhere between lowball and not good enough. Orchard changes that. With Orchard's new Orchard offers, you don't just get one offer. You get multiple cash offers from serious investors, all competing for your home. That's right. Make investors compete with Orchard's cash offer marketplace. Here's how it works. You work with an Orchard agent who submits your home to their exclusive network of hundreds of local cash buyers. They come to you with offers. You review them all and pick the best one on your terms. So you don't have to settle on one offer or worry about leaving money on the table. You see every offer side by side. That's how you know you're getting top dollar. Orchard offers means no repairs, no showings, no drawn-out process. Before you accept any offer, see them all first. Get a free home valuation and see your offers today with Orchard Offers. Go to Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com.
Don't care for my local hometown team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Don't get fooled by out-of-state private equity corporations that are buying local HVAC companies, offering higher prices, bad service, and shady sales tactics. Don't trust your home to someone out of state when you have the best company right here in town. ROX are experts in local energy rebates and tax credits to save you money only at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair, ROX, Rocks, Heating and Air.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on The Fan, Home Run Derby action kicks off starting at 6.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealership since 1975.
Listen up, Denver. This hour's keyword is marking. M-A-R-K-I-N-G. Text marking to 303-713-1043 right now for your chance to win a $250 gas card. That's marking to 303-713-1043.
By texting, you agree to receive an automated marketing message from Denver Sports 1043 The Fan. Message and data rates may apply. For complete rules or to enter the keyword online, visit www.denversports.com/keyword.
It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 1043 The Fan.
Bottom half of hour number 3 here. Great to be back at work after some time off. We're just having the conversation that I know a lot of people, well, really not just in this market, but around the country having today as ESPN released their annual top 10 list. They've been doing these at every position. Did you guys spend any time last week talking about top 10 at some of the other positions that came out?
Yeah, Nick Bonito, I think we talked about.
Yep, he came in top 10.
Top 10, who else was there? PS2, obviously.
PS2,
we talked about PS2.
Yep.
And then there was one we're ready to talk about now. And then, Bo Nix, I don't know who else was up.
Yeah, over the weekend, offensive lineman came out.
Yeah. Maybe wide receiver we did last week, and it was that neither of them were on it.
We could have said that, yeah.
Yeah, and that sounds right, because Sutton or Waddle wouldn't really be on it, honestly, to be top 10. Maybe this point next year, after the 26th season, guys, that is barreling upon us. I mean, we are mid-July here. We're going to have training camp in 2 weeks.
It's here, ZB.
It is here. It is here. Before we shift gears, I want to read a RamosLaw.com text.
Oh, they're being nice to us.
303-713-1043. Actually, someone was very nice here just a couple minutes ago. It sticks out. You know what I mean? It sticks out.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, what is that?
Every once in a while.
It comes from 2696. Put your name on it. No, excuse me. He calls himself Mr. Bacon of Westy.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Here we go.
He says, Zach, your Bo Nix analysis disappoints me. As a Ducks fan, so this is an Oregon fan, as a Ducks fan, and he puts in parentheses, Sco Ducks, Phil, he goes, I've seen Bo
That's cute.
plateau as a quarterback. He's an older QB, and I don't see any more growth physically or mentally. That's why he's 18th as the leading checkdown quarterback in the NFL. That's an Oregon fan saying Bo Nix belongs right where he should on this list, number 18, saying
Mr.
that,
Bacon, what are you doing?
Well, here's what I'll say. I don't think you can say I don't see any more growth mentally. I don't like that comment. I don't think you're going to see much more growth physically, but you don't really need to, as long as he stays healthy, knock on wood.
Yeah.
He's a fantastic athlete. He's got a big arm.
You're in the NFL, Z. You're like bigger, faster, stronger as a quarterback. That's not going to happen. It's about maintaining at this point, maintaining your physique, maintaining the physical part of your game, and growing mentally. And that's why you said, like, you didn't like the mental part. He's a young quarterback when it comes to just years in the NFL.
Yeah.
Imagine what that's going to look like for the man in year 5 and 6.
Exactly.
Especially if Sean just signed a 5-year contract. Davis Webb is there right now, but Sean's going to be there for years to come. You don't have to worry about a different system. You have Sean Payton sitting right there in front of you for 4 or 5 more years. So you're comfortable. And now you go out there, you trust your offensive line, you trust your running back, you trust your receivers, you trust your coach, and that's how you get better, Z, and just time on task, right? It's just doing it over and over and over.
It's just like anything else. It's just like anything else. But Bo, the one thing, and we've talked about this before, but when you talk about growing mentally, to Mr. Bacon of Westy's accusation that Bo is tapped out growing mentally.
Watch out, Mr. Bacon.
Which I'm surprised as a Ducks fan, right? I mean, he's down on Bo as an Oregon fan. The one thing that I wish was different for Bo through 2 years is it has to do with why Davis Webb is the OC right now. And it's getting that man up to the line of scrimmage sooner.
Yeah.
He has not been done any favors by Sean Payton's wordy play calls. I mean, the amount of times that Bo has been able to get up to the line, survey the defense, diagnose what's going on, right? Get them to declare whether they're in zone or in man, and then try to play, 2 steps ahead of that. It feels like, and I'm sure I'm wrong, but it feels anecdotally like there's been more timeouts because they can't get plays off in time than there has been plays where he's up surveying the defense. And because that's where, like, Bo has an opportunity to really take a leap, is when he is up surveying, diagnosing,
Look at you. You should
changing.
be a quarterback coach, ZB, because you're right. It's like getting to the line of scrimmage as fast as possible so you can dissect the defense. You can say, hey, we're going to go on 2 so I can get the defense to jump to see if they're going cover 1 or cover 2, if they're going to rotate a safety. I'm talking about in football terms. But in order to do that, you got to get in and out of the huddle. And when they're wordy play calls and there's a bunch of checks, because that's exactly what it is. It's not just about the first play.
Right.
It's the second and third play where it's like you're going to put the first play in, you're going to check if it's cover 2. But then if you get cover 3 and there's a spy, then we want you to check it to a run. Well, that's a lot to relay back to a offense, a huddle, especially guys like me who don't learn that fast. So I'm sitting there saying, Bo, slow down, baby. Like, what else do we have to do here? Like just hand me the ball. So, of course, ZB, it does help for a quarterback just to get to the line of scrimmage as fast as he can with 15 seconds, 20 seconds left. All right, make his checks, and then let's get going. Let's Bo.
Well, to that one texter's point, Bo is on the older side, right? He's going to be 27 here coming soon, right? I think he's 26 right now. We can double check that here.
He's 26 right now.
He is 26 right now. Do you have his birthday right there?
what is it? 225, 2000.
Okay,
He's
yeah.
a
So
2000 baby.
So he's gonna turn 27 years old here, right around when they're gonna play the Super Bowl. So yeah, I got he's on the older side physically, just as a person, but that doesn't mean a whole lot when you're talking about just NFL experience, right? You don't get to fast forward your NFL experience because you're on the older side. Remember Brandon Weeden coming out of Oklahoma State?
Yes, I do remember him.
I'm pretty sure he was a 27-year-old rookie.
Hell, he might have been 28 because I think he was 28.
Because he was playing minor league baseball.
Yeah, yep.
And so it didn't help him. You're not playing NFL football. So Bo, done growing physically to our texter's point, but mentally, there is still a huge leap forward for young Bo Nix, and so we hope that he hopefully he takes it. But like I said before, just to reiterate, like how encouraging is that? As he's got an awesome start to his career, and there's still that much more room to grow. And if he grows, with it from the shoulders up, man, he starts scraping his potential.
Just be more accurate with the football. Stay in the pocket long enough for a play to develop. That's one thing that I keep hearing around the building that they continue to tell Bo, ZB, is like, be patient. Let a play develop and then go from there. Stay in the pocket just a little bit longer for you to have that explosive play. And so we're going to see a lot of that during camp of Bo Nix trying to stay in the pocket so that they can have a play down the middle of the field for 15, 20 yards. Bet you that's coming, Z.
Yeah. Yep, lot to clean up, but still starting from a really, or continuing rather, not starting, but continuing from a really awesome spot. All right, we'll get back to what we teased previously. One member of the Broncos is writing one of the most unique stories in team history, and over the weekend, he added another chapter to it. Also, the Nuggets offseason is starting to border on the bizarre. What exactly is happening and where are we at with that layered conversation? We'll get to all of this as we are on the doorstep of 40 consecutive minutes of commercial-free sports talk coming up next.
They're back. Our free limited edition Training Camp 2026 t-shirts will have 5 drops this year at various Santiago's Mexican restaurants across the metro area starting July 16th. Limit 1 per person while supplies last. For more details and to find the location nearest you, head to DenverSports.com/shirt.
All right, barbecue fans, Dan Jacobs with Jacobs Law and 303 Law 4040 with something special for you that we're cooking up for the best free meal in all of Denver. Now, in addition to my delicious smoked pulled pork that we serve on nearly a monthly basis and my copycat Chipotle chicken recipe that has a kiss of smoke and is fantastic, our friends over at Old Style Sausage, a local company that makes these sausages that are custom made for the smoker, Mike Daborski over there is going to give us some, so this summer they will join the menu at the best free meal in Denver. We're here to help. It's every first and third Thursday. You get free groceries and a hot meal for the night. No questions asked. You just pull up and pop the trunk. It's every first and third Thursday, Smoky Hill and Arapahoe Road, E Hills Church from 4 to 6 p.m. Help us spread the word.
Most small business break-ins happen between 2 and 5 a.m. The owner finds out when they unlock the door at 7. Pull footage from a consumer system and you get a silhouette in a hoodie. Nothing identifiable. Vantage installs cameras that read a face in total darkness. And they don't stop at cameras. Access control, network, intercom, cabling, AV. One company, one number. Ready to invest in real security for your business or property? Call Vantage at 720-366-7759 or visit business.vssicolorado.com today.
No! USA is up 2-0. That is the most dangerous lead in soccer.
Relax, Mike.
See that, Dan? My left eye is twitching. That's my warning eye. It'll be 2-2 by stoppage time. It's never wrong.
With early payout from Bet365, I got paid the second they went up 2 goals. So to me, it's now the safest lead.
Early payout from Bet365, huh? Now my right eye is twitching, Dan.
Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Colorado. T's and C's apply. In-app only.
This is the sound of Claire cooking dinner at home. And that's the sound of a fraud alert from Wells Fargo, flagging a charge for a pricey restaurant in Paris. Considering Claire isn't in Paris right now, that seemed odd. To the bank and to Claire. 2 taps later, Claire says nope to the charge, and Wells Fargo is on the case. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Hey, it's Phillip Lindsay here. Do you need a new roof, gutters, or exterior needs? Monarch is your one-stop shop, backed by 16 years of experience and over 10,000 satisfied customers. Their in-house insurance team fights for you, and their white glove service means every detail is handled with care. Competitive pricing, award-winning craftsmanship, and the only roofer the Denver Broncos chose to endorse. A proud member of Team Dave Logan, make the call to your home team, Monarch Construction and Roofing, the official roofer of the Denver Broncos.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
The sounds of summer. They're great until they're not. Luckily, AutoZone has free battery testing and charging
Let me check that for you.
to help make a rough moment smooth. Don't miss the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone. Free products with select deals until July 27th. And free services every day. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Bank of America, sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026, dedicated to offering solutions to help businesses meet their goals. bankofamerica.com/gamechangers.
One Wheel Broncos talk. Cecil Lammy and Andrew Mason bring the heat on Orange and Blue Today. The most passionate intelligence and in-depth Broncos coverage in the game. Weekdays at 5 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Hit subscribe at Denver Sports 104.3 and never miss another take. Orange and Blue Today, powered by Ramos Law, official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
One member of the Broncos, he's writing one of the most unique stories in team history. That's literal. And over the weekend, he added another chapter of it, and this had to be pretty validating for one. Garrett Bowles, we'll talk about why here in just about 10 seconds. But guys, I can't believe it. It is about that time of year. This Thursday, from noon to 1 p.m., it's the first giveaway of our free limited edition Training Camp 2026 t-shirts. I can't believe that's a sentence. 2026 Training Camp. God. We are here, and we will be at Santiago's Mexican restaurant located at 2501 Ford Street in Golden. Limit 1 per person while supplies last. For more details and to find the location nearest you, head to denversports.com/shirt. We have been doing this for years and years and years, and it's always a quality shirt. It's always some sort of creative little moniker or slogan for like that year's training camp. And I remember when I first got here in right at the start of 2017, that following football season, the shirt, it was The Decision. The Decision, and that's how we kind of branded it. And just looking back on it, the decision was, who do the Broncos start, Paxton Lynch or Trevor Siemian?
Dang.
And dude, but like at the time, it was like the Super Bowl 50 bones were still making up the roster. And the Super Bowl 50 team won because of the defense.
Yeah.
And it was like, there was a thought that you could have won that Super Bowl with Brock Osweiler or Peyton Manning. And in some ways, you almost won in spite of the quarterback play. And so that was the thought. It was the Super. I remember that season, 2017. You can look this up. The Broncos started off 2-0. And I remember coming in and doing the segment, like, is the Super Bowl window still open?
Oh, I remember it. I was in my dorm. I was in college at that time, and it was like Shane Ray and all
yeah.
them, and it's like, man, their defense is still intact.
Akeem was still here, Emmanuel.
Yeah, they were winning. They were 2-0 to start. And it was like, oh, okay, like they're still good. And we're in the Broncos country, we're used to that. Like, hey, we're going to win a lot of games. Do we win a Super Bowl? Who knows? But we're going to have a chance. Instead, no, we got our asses handed to us.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. But after the second week, the Broncos beat the Dallas Cowboys, and they beat them down. All right, this is when Dak and Zeke were just coming to the league, and they were both like fighting for Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, literally. And the Broncos that Sunday afternoon, I remember I was there with my brother-in-law, who's a huge Cowboys fan. It was my first ever Broncos game, 2017, week 2, and the Broncos won 42-17.
Woo.
And Trevor Siemian that day threw 4 of them things, 4 tutties. And I remember my brother-in-law being like, his name's Sean, I was just with him, being like, dude, Simeon's legit. Simeon's legit. I'm like, I think so, bro. And
next Peyton Manning, man.
And yeah, man. And the Broncos actually started 3-1 that season, and they went on to lose week 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So from starting 3-1, they went to 3-9.
I don't know how that happens. Like a major collapse like that, and you still have majority of the defense still there.
Yeah.
DeMarcus Ware.
He had just retired. That was the first year without D. Ware.
That was 17. It was 16.
16, he was there.
Yeah.
17, he was not.
So DeMarcus Ware was gone, but the corners were all there.
Yeah, dude. Chris Harris, Akeem, DT. I mean, it was still, and they started 3-1. Their one loss in there, and I know we're going down a rabbit hole here, but their one loss in there was week 3 at Buffalo. And Von Miller sacked Tyrod Taylor on 3rd down, getting the ball back, and Von stuck out his hand to help him up. Tyrod went to go grab it, and Von took it back and said, oh, kind of gave him one of those, like a little okey doke.
Uh-huh.
And
that's Von for you.
15-yard penalty. Keeps the drive alive. Buffalo goes on to score and win the game. But, yeah, anyway. The T-shirt, yeah.
Yeah, the T-shirt.
You can get your T-shirt.
Go get you a T-shirt.
Santiago's starting, what did I say, this Thursday, I think
2026.
Yeah, 2026, this Thursday from noon to 1, the first giveaway of our free limited edition Training Camp 2026 T-shirts. Okay. Get yourself a burrito there at Santiago's. Dude, you ever have one of those?
I have,
Oh,
man.
my goodness.
Get you a T-shirt, get you a burrito, maybe some coffee if you want to, if you're going there earlier.
God.
But noon, they sell out fast, right, ZB?
They do.
You were there before.
They do. Okay. So one member of the Broncos writing one of the most unique stories in team history. Over the weekend, he added, I'll call it a mini chapter, but I think it's validating for Garrett Bowles. So Bowles cracked the top 10 list of offensive tackles, could be right tackle or left tackle, all right, in ESPN's polling of coaches, executives, and scouts. And he has not been on this list, okay? And he came in at number 10, so he barely did it, but he was ranked as high as number 2 on someone's ballot.
All right.
And NFL coordinator said pass protection, he's one of the most consistent. He can handle his own without help. He was a big part of the Broncos' success on offense last year. And, quote, he was a first-team All-Pro this past year. Guys, some of the great players who ever played for the Denver Broncos hadn't been first-team All-Pro. Demaryius Thomas, is sharing the league at the time with Julio Jones and Antonio Brown. So he never got to first-team All-Pro. On the hoop side, someone like Carmelo Anthony, Hall of Famer, never first-team All-Pro. First-team All-Pro is the most rarest kind of acknowledgement, and Bowles sort of gets a secondary acknowledgement from his own contemporaries in the league.
And you know what? He deserves it, man. We talk about it all the time, and obviously that was my former teammate and a really good buddy of mine, and the way it started was really rough, and we talk about it. They booed him. They cussed him out. He had to stop being on social media. He wasn't allowed to be on social media. At some point, his kids weren't going to the games because they were already young, and he didn't want them hearing stuff being talked bad about his dad, their dad. And so now all of a sudden you look up and Garrett Bowles is still in the league. Garrett Bowles is one of the better left tackles in the league.
Yeah.
He's been in the league 9 years with one team. I mean, come on now. And it seems like he's getting better every single year. Now, the man has a bunch of athletic ability. Freakish athlete. And if he loses a guy, he's so fast he can recover really, really fast enough to be able to make sure that the guy or the defender doesn't sack the quarterback. That's just God-given ability.
Yeah, he's a freak.
And he's gotten better and smarter with what he needs to do. There was one point where GB used to ask all the time. And as time went on, GB started to understand what he needed to do, understand what the coaches wanted done. And he wasn't asking questions anymore. They were asking him. And that's just developing and finally finding a coach like someone like Sean Payton that you're going to be around for a long time. And it's not just one coach here, the next coach the next year. That's very unstable. But for GB, the GB zone, he gets done. He works his ass off. And now he's being rewarded again.
Yeah, pretty cool, man. The story that is being told over a near decade sample size is really unique. And I know when I said this last year, it was a bit against the grain, and I was called crazy, an idiot.
Rocks were thrown at you, eggs were thrown at you. I know.
Tomatoes. I remember Dan Jacobs giving me a really hard time driving down the road one weekend. I believe that Garrett Bowles and Cortland Sutton are both going to end up in the Ring of Fame. And you look at Bowles, he was a second-team All-Pro in 2020 when they decriminalized holding. But to be a first-team All-Pro, so now you got a first-team All-Pro and a second-team All-Pro. If he stays with the team through his contract, which he's showing no signs of slowing down, he just had his best season in the NFL, is in year number 9, literally. I think he's going to be among the most games played in team history. Like right now, Garrett Bowles has as many first-team All-Pros as Floyd Little did, right? And
the
so
franchise.
The franchise. And so his story is going to go from literal draft bust. This fan base. I remember the one time I was the first to put it out there on Twitter just years ago. Called him Garrett Holds.
Take it back.
It was one of my first tweets that took off of being in Denver. And he led the league in holding after leading college football in holding.
He's just protecting all of us.
That's all. Got to get you in this little chokehold here.
Here you go to sleep.
And the fans, I never heard an offensive lineman booed in dedicated fashion. But he had the one game where I can't believe it. Man, he had 5 holding calls in one game. I had never seen that before.
It was 2000. I think I was on the
I think
team
it might have been
yeah.
18.
Yeah, 2018. Because I remember telling him, "Hey, man, block out the noise. Like we need you." Because you're right, they were booing him. They wouldn't even wait until the usually the ref's going to call the number. He'd be like, holding number 7, boo.
Yeah,
they already started booing because it was GB. And the thing I will say, refs talk. Just like players talk, coaches talk, and they get together, they have a convoyage, and they sit there and say, hey, look, man, we need to really watch 72 at the time was Garrett Bowles. Watch 72. And anytime there's a big-time run, okay, you're going to think 72 held. And that's exactly what they would do. Sometimes it was a hold, and then sometimes it wasn't. It was a ticky-tack call. But because they were so far up, on just like investigating him, that no matter what happened, they were going to call a flag on my man.
Well, that is true in terms of reputations. Yeah, it does happen. And I think, I think Mark told a story. He was on the same plane as the refs that were reffing the Broncos game. And I think the day that he got 5 holding calls, he actually got called for 4. And I swear to God, I'm not making this up. And if this needs to get cross-referenced, maybe Stink will remember. But he told a story that he was on the plane and the referees were saying that literally he was the 5th holding call as well, but they did not call it on him because they felt so bad. And so again, I had never heard of anything like that. And so he went from pariah and being forced to not being on social media to being in a conversation now where you're ESPN's polling of coaches, executives, and scouts, literally someone had you as the second best tackle in the sport. You're in the top 10. You're first team All-Pro. It's an incredible story. And I know it's not new. It's been developing here for years, but it's just another chapter of validation for and I have to mention this too. Something that I think changed Bull's career is that Mike Munchak, because he wanted to be closer to his daughter,
Mike,
here in Colorado, left his job with the Pittsburgh Steelers and became the O-line coach here in Denver.
Good dude.
And really helped resuscitate Bowles' career.
He didn't just help, Bowles. He helped the whole offensive line. And just like his presence alone, Mike had a big hand in the running game. And it helped me out because of the pullers and being creative. Mike was with the Pittsburgh Steelers for all those years. So and Pittsburgh always has a great run game. So, and I got to know Mike really well, and he's a good dude, man. Good dude, easy to talk to. So hopefully he's enjoying a Mai Tai on the beach and watching his grandbabies.
Yeah, he's got a Hall of Fame career of his own.
Oh, yeah.
And became a great coach. Big Perm on the RamosLaw.com text line says, I used to call GB the receptionist. Please hold. The Valentines would come out. It'd be Bowles' face. Hold me. I want to hold you. Oh, my gosh.
He said the cows chirping.
Oh, my God. He's got some just classics. He is uniquely Denver's. Like, he is just.
He's our Bowles.
He's our Bowles. That's our Bowles. And so good for Garrett. First team All-Pro. Voted top 10 by the peers within the league. And, really, really, really. And then Quinn Miners, by the way, came in at number 4. Amongst interior offensive linemen. So good representation there on the offensive line in ESPN's anonymous poll. This is KKFN and KKFN, HD1 Longmont, Denver, and KARSFM Laramie. We are coming with it, and we are coming for it. It's Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, and we are The Drive, powered by Regen RX.
Woo! I thought you were going to forget all that, ZB.
Yeah.
It's a lot, right?
Second guessing. And then we took away, there's no more sponsor after the whistle for right now, so a little curveball there. But
it's all good. You did a great job, man.
Getting back in the flow of things after taking what was the longest vacation that I have had since I started working, out of college. It was not 4 weeks. It was not.
Oh, 3. My bad.
It was all of last week. But then the 2 days attached to the 4th of July on Thursday and Friday. And so it was excellent. We're in South Carolina with my wife's family, but I'm thrilled to be back and just fired up to get back into a routine and be talking Denver sports. And as great as vacation is, this is where I feel like I belong.
This is your second home, huh?
Kinda.
Second home, yep.
Yeah.
You get the number one at home, and then you come here, and this is your home. You've been here for a decade, right?
Nearly. Thousands of shows, and this is another one here on July 13th. I mean, we are so close to training camp. 2 weeks from now, we'll be out there and be among like the first reporters from camp. As just the way that our show is set up, we're out there. Then we'll do the press conferences, and then zoom right in here and do the show. It'll be long days, a busy couple weeks, but it'll be worth it for. Just the intel, our audience.
It's going to be fun. There's going to be drama built in. We'll probably get clipped a couple times. People might call us, and tell us that we're wrong when we're right. People might email or DM our inboxes wanting to fight us. Who knows? There's a lot of things that happen when camp comes rolling around.
Yeah, I can't wait for it. But we'll put a pin in the Broncos here momentarily because we need to talk about this Nuggets offseason. And most teams in the NBA have the bulk of their work done. All right, we're 2 weeks into free agency. And here's what the Nuggets have done here. They've lost Tim Hardaway Jr., all right, who came in here and made the second most threes in a single season in the history of the franchise. So he gone. They waived Jonas Valanciunas for salary cap relief, all right, the best backup center they've had since Mason Plumlee. All right, he is also gone. They've signed Tyus Jones on a 1-year vet minimum contract. They've signed Marvin Bagley to a 1-year vet minimum contract. And so it's not a lot, guys. It's not a lot. And the major dominoes that I expected to fall haven't fallen. And so there's a question. Should you as a fan be frustrated by the inactivity? All right, you want to see the roster improve? Should you be encouraged by it? Because in some ways, the inactivity could signal that they are bringing back these guys, and to bring back these guys means to pay that monstrosity of a luxury tax bill, all right? Or is it just, are they in a holding pattern, and they're just being patient and waiting for a certain domino to drop?
ZB, I'm glad and grateful that you gave us 3 options and not 2, because I'm going number 3, the holding pattern. I believe that the Denver Nuggets are truly waiting on LeBron James' decision. Is he going to pick Cleveland? Is he going to pick the Warriors? Is it Miami? Or is it the Denver Nuggets? And if it's the Denver Nuggets, then, hey, we're going all in. We're going to bring back everybody. Cam Johnson, AG. All right, we're going to sign Payton Watson, and we're going to go and try to win this championship. So I think and I believe that's exactly what's happening over there. Now, once they get the news that LBJ is not coming here, which I think that's the news that we're all going to get.
I think so too.
Then they're going to start selling off. AG maybe, Cam Johnson, try to get under that luxury tax. Because I don't see this team saying, hey, we're going to run it back and win it all. And if you don't think you can win it all, then why not start to try to build for the next season? Not the season coming up, but the next one. Which sucks to me because as a fan, I want to win.
Yeah.
All the games in the world, I want to win the playoffs, and I want at least a shot to go to the NBA Finals and win a championship. And it may not happen, but they're waiting. The Denver Nuggets, the organization, they're waiting on LBJZ.
So I happen to agree with this. That is what I think is holding this whole thing up. Because you cannot reasonably pitch LeBron James, a top 3 player in the history of the sport, while you're tearing apart your roster for luxury tax reasons. It's a non-starter. Because if he is still interested, I think the Nuggets would be interested in keeping this team together, adding him in addition to Payton Watson, which is, that conversation's taken on a life of its own here. I mean, my man, what is happening in Vegas right now is just, it's kind of weird. I'm going to be honest with you. It's kind of weird.
With everybody or just Payton Watson? Because there's fights happening in Vegas, you know, with the Heat, the Hero.
That's right. Yeah, Hero and Bam Adebayo. And
like, there's a lot going on.
No, but it's just, here's what's weird. And I've watched a lot of Summer League this past week, okay? And we're going down a rabbit hole. I really want to get back to the LeBron and the inactivity conversation, so I don't want to get too far down. But when you watch these other teams, like, everyone's there. Like, the whole league is in Vegas right now. The whole league. The players, executives, coaches, like, the whole league is in Vegas. And for whatever reason, we still not have seen any of the Cronkies, okay? Now, maybe they're just hosting, you know, in SoFi, it's the World Cup, but we also haven't seen David Adelman.
Yeah.
I'm watching these games, and a lot of the top flight players are all, like, sitting, like, courtside watching their potential future teammates, and you're not seeing that with the Nuggets. Yeah. It's just kind of off. And then the Nuggets had a game, and Payton Watson is there, but he's not at the Nuggets game. He's in the separate gym. There's another game happening simultaneously, and he's there hanging out with Rob Pelinka, you know, the general manager of the Lakers. And it's just, there's layers.
Conflict. Yeah, there seems like there's some conflict going on, a little friction in the air when it comes to Payton Watson and maybe getting that deal done, because that's what everybody's waiting for too. Not just LBJ, but are the Denver Nuggets going to try to pull the trigger and try to sign this man to a long-term deal? And then also, who else is trying to sign him so the Denver Nuggets can match?
Yeah. And so we'll circle back to the P-Watt conversation, but to the LeBron stuff and the inactivity, you can't reasonably pitch LeBron and say, come to Denver while you're tearing down your roster for luxury tax reasons. But there's also a reason why it was, 3 or 4 weeks ago? It was the reports about they were in talks about Aaron Gordon, in talks about Christian Brown, in talks about Cam Johnson. And, you know, I think those conversations will return after the LeBron domino falls.
Yep.
But, and I have to mention this, and I don't know this for sure, but I'm speculating, but I'm hypothesizing, right? A hypothesis is not a random guess. It's an educated guess. I think that the Nuggets have been learning here within the past month just how terrible of a return they're going to get on some of these contracts. And, the whole entire NBA has a pretty good understanding of what their aim is, and that's to shed salary.
Yep.
And this is something that I've been talking about since the very week after the season ended. And I'm seeing with some people, they're just now realizing kind of what I've been talking about. One of my favorite guys in town, quite frankly, the week that I was gone, I saw him tweet, and I don't want to say his name because someone will hear it wrong and interpret it as a shot. It's the opposite. I adore the guy. But he was like, Bobby Marks just said that the Nuggets will be on the hook for $177 million, and like in all caps, it's like hitting him.
No, that was ZB.
And I'm like, no, not Bobby Marks. Bobby Bye. I've been talking about it for 7 weeks. This is it's the number one thing facing this organization right now. It's not super fun to talk about. It's more dry. It's on like the NBA's curriculum side.
You got to educate yourself before you start making opinions and wanting to bring in a bunch of people when it's like you can't do that. If you could bring in all these superstars, the Denver Nuggets would be doing it.
And so like when the Jaylen Brown conversations were happening, it's like, hey, get Jaylen Brown in exchange for Jamal Murray and X. But it's like, well, you're still going to have the same luxury tax bill. So you have to ask yourself, do you envision this ownership group paying the repeater tax? And now, to the organization's credit, you only get hit with the repeater tax if you're in the luxury tax often enough. So they have spent on the court. Now, they don't spend off the court. They are notorious for that. Mm-hmm. We know that. Executives, coaches, practice facility. I mean, we've seen them like not even roster an entire roster. You're going to have 15 guys. They have 14, save a little money. Like, we've seen that
they're
stuff.
They're still better than Portland, though. Portland will do that and more.
And shame on Adam Silver for allowing that owner to enter this fold.
You're not lying.
Truly, they should not have allowed him to enter this fraternity when they're that penny pinching. But so, yes, it's sort of like rubric and curriculum and kind of boring, but you have to understand what the Nuggets will be facing punitively from a financial standpoint because of the new CBA. And here's the deal. I'm repeating this for the 15th, 20th, 30th time. If they bring back everyone, the tax bill is close to $200 million. That is for the right to turn around and pay the players around $250 million. So you're looking at a roster that for this coming season that lost in the first round, by the way, between
backups
between $400 and $450 million for that coming bill. And I think that you can stomach it if it's LeBron and you're going to make up in merch and attention.
You should be able to stomach it if you're the Cronkies anyway because you have the money.
I don't disagree.
You're going to make it no matter what. You're going to find a way to make it because you have so many teams that are successful, and you are going to still have a Denver Nuggets team that, as long as you have Jokic, you're going to win a bunch of games in the regular season. People are going to want to come see Jokic because he's a superstar. So you will at some point make the money back. And if you win a championship, you're already going to make more money if you're all in. So, yes, it's a risk if you want to call it that, but there's a reward on behind closed doors if it goes right for you. So as a fan, Z, I don't care about all that. I care about making sure we have a chance and, a chance to at least be competent, a chance to compete for a championship. This is why we watch these games, not just to buy time, but we have a chance, man.
And I don't disagree with you. You have a sports empire that is worth over $26 billion, according to CNBC, number one in the world.
Man.
You're the largest landowner this side of the federal government in the entire country. And so I don't disagree. You have because yes, you own the team, but it's a public trust, right? And if you have the greatest player in franchise history by a country mile, smack dab in the middle of his prime, it now would be the time to say, you want to know what? Damn the torpedoes! We'll pay into the tax. It was just a year ago. We're saying that they basically have a duty to Nikola Jokic.
Yep.
And so if you tear down salary, and then you have this superstar of a player, of a talent, of a first ballot Hall of Famer, saying I'm not signing the contract. I mean, guys, I know there is a huge portion of whether it's Denver sports media. I didn't even need to be around last week to hear it. I already know there's nothing to see here.
Yes, there was a lot of it, more than I thought there was going to be.
But some people just want good news all the time. And the Nuggets are not in a good news window of time right now. They're not.
Because they're not in a great situation.
They're not.
Financially with the players that they have on the roster.
And they've regressed so far on the court that they're losing in 6 games in the first round to people that you hadn't heard of 6 weeks prior. Okay? And so you have this superstar player who is so doing this thing that's really uncharacteristic. And this is I'm never going to tell a fan how to fan. There's a reason I started saying that years ago. I'm not going to tell you how to think. So if you want to think that there's nothing to see here, that's fine. Okay, think what you want. But I will tell you, based on NBA history, this is the most unusual thing. We do not see players of Jokic's caliber play out their contract without signing the extension. Like, no, we don't see that. You tell me, and this is rhetorical for our audience, you tell me the last time in NBA history where a player of Jokic's caliber just played out the deal and went into unrestricted free agency?
I can't think of one.
And there's this like incredible just like trust that everything's going to be okay. Now, I'm not trying to scare anyone. I think that the most likely result is Jokic re-signs with the Nuggets.
But why? Because of how Jokic is? Because that's what I'm hearing all the time, Z. Well, this is out of Jokic's nature. Like, nobody knows Jokic like we do, but we don't know Jokic.
We don't. Not truly.
You know, like we think we do. But this man postponed his contract 2 straight times already, pushing it back to next summer, saying the idea is to sign. Not, hey, I will sign, but the idea is to. So why? Why won't you sign this piece of paper? You have all the money in the world. You like yes, you can add more, but you don't need no more. Is it because you want to see what the organization does for you? You want to see actions over words?
I hope so.
Or is it just because you want more money?
I hope he is doing this not to squeeze out the extra millions of dollars that you can get by waiting till the last second. I hope that he is saying, I want to see what you're going to do. Like, what position are you going to put me in? I just finished second for MVP, either winning the award or finishing runner-up for the 6th straight year for the first time since Larry Bird. I'm smack dab in the middle of my prime. I look incredible. I've like rededicated myself by the looks of it. Is like, how are you going to handle this year? Is it about shedding salary? Because that's going to tell him quite a lot. And again, I think Jokic is re-signing with the Nuggets because he's so literal. If he's professing that he's going to do it repeatedly, I expect that to happen. But there is a degree of almost taking him for granted and taking advantage of his unique loyalty and perspective on the world. It's very anti-NBA superstar. And they've gotten lucky at every turn with this guy. They got lucky when they drafted him, all right? They got lucky the way that he just carries himself. He doesn't demand things like so many other NBA superstars. And if he just plays out the contract and signs back with the team as an unrestricted free agent after the team tore the team apart so they could duck the repeater tax, I just think it's almost taking advantage of Jokic.
But also it's a risk, too, if you're the organization.
It is.
Where it's like, hey, like this is our game plan, and it sounds great on paper, and it's cute. But then as a player, like, you're all in until you have to go out there and you're losing these games and you get frustrated. You get back to the playoffs, and we know it's 82 games, and it's going to be tough to get there. You get back there just to get bounced out of the first round again. That means it's 3 straight years where Jokic has to go to the podium after the playoffs and say how mad he is.
Everyone should be fired. If we were in Serbia, we'd all be fired.
But yet you think that's going to keep the same mindset of, like, I'm going to sign back here? Like, if there's no real life plan and you're risking, like, hey, we're going to try to go all in next year, those are just words. And I have to go through this again. So, yes, I get to sign this big old deal, but we don't know, or I don't know if this is going to work out for me. And if I sign here and it may be the rest of my career and I don't get another ring, well, then guess what? I don't get to be at the big boy table. And at some point, ZB, it's about legacy once you have all the money. It's about legacy for that man.
Sure. Yeah, I think that's a fair point. And maybe, maybe Jokic, he did an interview this past year, and I forget who the outlet was. And I'm pretty sure it was I'm not going to try to remember here on the spot, but he had some sort of comment like, yeah, I want to win more, but I also want to be really appreciative of the one that we got, and there is a scenario where
he's comfortable.
Like, yeah, I was going to say, like, that Jokic and the Nuggets are kind of on the same page with their level of urgency to win and win big and win now.
But is that the right mindset to have if you're Jokic? Because, like, to me, it's like, as a fan, it means that you don't care about winning that much, which you should. You got paid all the money, but you got to go out there and show it by playing and winning. And when you have a championship, you want to feel that way again, just as a fan. But as a player, I guarantee you want to feel that way again.
Of course. I think there's something to be said for, well, there's two sides of that coin. I think there's something to be said for the burning, obsessive hunger to do whatever it takes to win another championship. And I also think that there's something to be said for, I'm the franchise player. I'm the greatest player in franchise history. I'm going to spend my entire career with one organization. You're never going to see me like Hakeem Olajuwon in a Raptors jersey. You're never going to see me like Mike in a Wizards jersey. Like, I'm just going to be a Denver Nugget forever. And so I know that there's value in that too, but at the same time, as a fan, like we've sort of, if that's the mindset that, hey, as long as he's here and they're winning some games and, even though they're not in the championship picture, like I still like this, we have really moved the goalpost from where we were after they won it in 2023. Because much like the Avs in 2022, we all kind of said collectively that if these teams only walk away with one, considering where they were at in their trajectory and their arc as a group, as a core, it would be a failure. And so
I just don't get it though, Z. Like, these are grown men. It's about winning and losing when you get to that age. It's not 6-year-old, 7-year-old, 8-year-olds. Like, these guys are getting paid millions to go out there and play a kid's game and win games and bring us a championship.
Yeah.
Right? And I was on the field, and I wish I could have helped Denver bring a championship to Denver this way, but it's so hard to do. And when you're Jokic and every year you have an opportunity because of you, man, that's so special. Like, literally, how many people can say, hey, you can win a championship because of you or because of me, right? If you're Jokic.
Right.
Man, you can't take that for granted either. And for Jokic, it's like, man, you need help, demand help like anybody else so that we can get this championship.
Well, there certainly has been a lot of moving of the goalposts here with these conversations. And I go back to draft night, right? And I heard a lot of people in our sphere, hey, no one in the late first round could help you. But those guys in the second round that they got, man, I'm excited about those guys. It's like, wait, what? And there's been a lot of moving of the goalposts with David Adelman.
Yeah.
Right? And this whole town was cheerleading the hiring of David Adelman a year ago. And now a lot of people are like, he's the reason why you'll never win. And so, if I said to you this time last year when he delayed his contract last year, everyone just said, well, he's going to sign it next year because he can make, $50 million more or whatever it was.
ZB?
What's that?
What did you say when they said that? You were upset when people were saying that.
Well, it's one of these things where, like, okay, here we are, and everyone said last year that he was going to sign it, and then the day for him to sign it came, and he didn't sign it, and it was like, well, he's not going to sign it right now, but he'll sign it here in a few weeks, and then it's like, I'm not concerned at all. And then now we find out he's not going to sign it at all, and he's going to be one of the rarest cases in NBA history for a player of his stature to literally walk up to the end of the contract and be an unrestricted free agent, and no one's concerned?
There's nothing to see here. Nothing to see here.
I just, and again, I'm not sitting here saying that Jokic is holding the organization hostage or is going to go play for the Lakers or whatever. Like, none of that, because I think the most likely result is him signing and playing in Denver. But at the same time, like, if you don't think this front office is uncomfortable right now, this front office who actually isn't in charge and is taking their orders from the president of basketball, Josh Kroenke, and you're seeing a roster that is woefully short of competing, and now they're filling out the roster with vet minimum 1-year deals. It's not good. It's not good.
And that's why Jokic is not deciding to sign his contract right now. And the idea is to sign next summer. Notice he says the idea. That's the only thing that keeps sticking in my mind. He didn't say I will. Like, I will sign it next summer because I want to get as much money as possible. It's like, hey, like, I would like to. That's the right idea to do. But things have to go right, and it has to look a certain way for me to be encouraged to sign back here to spend the rest of my career.
Yeah, and I think I know how you feel, but I do not believe that Jokic is not signing this contract so he can squeeze out every single dollar from the organization. I do not think that's what this is. Like, I think that he is frustrated. I know that he's frustrated. We all saw him. He said into a microphone, "We're not close. We're not close. Everyone would be fired if this was back in my home country." And so it's unnerving is what it is. It's unnerving. And honestly, like, and this is a conversation that truly no one wants to have, truly, but the thought has to come across the mind of the front office.
Don't you dare say it.
We'll get to it next.
They're back. Our free limited edition Training Camp 2026 t-shirts. We'll have 5 drops this year at various Santiago's Mexican restaurants across the metro area starting July 16th. Limit 1 per person while supplies last. For more details and to find the location nearest you, head to denversports.com/shirt.
Cracks in the drywall, water in the basement, concrete sinking or shifting, you need to call my friends at Homestrong, the highest rated structural company in the state with over 300 5-star Google reviews. Guys, they're family owned, over 2 decades of experience, and highly trained inspectors who start with a free inspection and quote. They handle foundation repair, waterproofing, crawl space encapsulation, egress windows, concrete lifting, decorative concrete, and they can turn that crawl space into a fully finished basement, guys. Most work includes a lifetime transferable warranty, plus financing options are available. Listen close, you guys. If the work you need is at or below the ground, Homestrong is the best in town. You'll never go wrong with Homestrong.
Colorado, it's time to take our recycling to the next level. That's why Recyclon Colorado is bringing you more curbside and drop-off service from peaks to prairies. Guidelines as clear as our skies, so you know what goes where. And the price? As free as gawking at bighorns on I-70. You deserve a recycling system you can count on, like your puffiest winter coat. And we're here to give it to you. Learn more at recyclon.org/Colorado.
This July is America's 250th birthday, and Low T Center is celebrating 250 years of freedom with our 250 for 250 deal. All month long, men who start testosterone therapy and stay with it for 90 days earn $250. So if you're over 40 with low energy, sex drive, not feeling yourself, don't stay that way. Low T Center is raising the T of American patriots from sea to shining sea. Come celebrate 250 years of America with Low T Center's 250 for 250 deal, because bringing back energy and vitality of your youth is worth celebrating. Go to fixmylowt.com to book a free T test. That's fixmylowt.com. Offer ends July 31st. Terms and conditions apply.
Jane is a small business owner.
That's right.
And tell them what that's like, Jane.
Yeah, well, it's like a roller coaster with a lot of ups and downs, and some days things can feel like they're flying off the rails.
Yep, it's a lot. But the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business can help you manage it all. With the largest, fastest fiber-powered network designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect. Plus gig speeds with security and equipment included. All with a 5-year price lock.
Nice. So everything stays on track.
Exactly. The Total Solutions Advantage. Get started for just $60 a month for 12 months when you add wireless connect to a qualifying internet package. No one does business like Comcast Business.
Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and automatic payments with bank account required. $60 offer requires 300 meg internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
The Drive is heading to Aurora Hills Golf Course on July 17th from 2 to 6 p.m. Zach By and Phillip Lindsay live from Aurora's original municipal course, a centrally located gem with great course conditions and reasonable fees. Live broadcast at Aurora Hills Golf Course July 17th.
When an 80,000-pound semi-truck collides with a passenger vehicle, the results can be devastating. I'm Rob Wilhite of the Wilhite Law Firm, and for nearly 50 years, my firm has been fighting for seriously injured truck accident victims in Colorado. These are complex cases that require serious resources and experience. We bring both to every case to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. If you or someone you love has been seriously injured in a trucking accident, don't wait. Call the Wilhite Law Firm, 303-GOOD-LAW, or visit wilhitewins.com.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here on behalf of my friends at American Financing. Let's do some honest math. The interest rate on your credit cards, 20% or more. Your mortgage rate, much lower. So why are you sending hundreds of dollars a month to credit card companies when your home's equity could wipe out that debt? That's exactly what American Financing helps homeowners do. And they're doing it every single day for people just like you. Consolidate, collaborate, conquer. The average customer saves around $800 a month, and you may delay 2 mortgage payments and may close in as fast as 10 days. American Financing's salary-based mortgage consultants are licensed in all 50 states. No upfront fees, no obligation. Stop financing your past and start funding your future. Call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Hi, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Home Improvements. For an 8% scheduling incentive and a special financing rate of 0% APR with 72 equal monthly payments, go to drhi.com. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors. Finished basements, windows, and doors. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right.
Phillip Lindsay here. Summer's about hikes, golf, family adventures, and more. But if degenerative joints or old high school sports injuries are slowing you down, Regen RX can help you out with that. Get 50% off your first shockwave therapy treatment in July. This non-invasive treatment helps stimulate healing and reduce chronic pain with no surgery and no downtime. Plus, ask about their stem cell or PRP options. Book your free consultation today. Give them a call at 303-630-9770 or visit them online at regenrx.co. Again, that's regenrx.co.
Tom's Garage Doors. When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
I started my first business at 12 years old, mowing lawns for about $5 a yard. I thought I was crushing it until my buddy down the street undercut me by $2. But he didn't just cut the price, he cut corners too. That's when I learned if you do the job right, people trust you, and integrity beats profit. People care more about how you show up and whether you do what you say you're going to do. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Doors. From garage door repairs to upgrades, we show up, we crush it, and we stand behind every job. We only use the best parts, and the spring's guaranteed to last a lifetime. Because when you care about the people you serve, you work harder, and it shows. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Doors today or schedule online at donsgaragedoors.com. And yeah, we still beat the other guy.
Tom's Garage Doors. When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on The Fan, Home Run Derby action kicks off starting at 6.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealership since 1975.
Listen up, Denver. This hour's keyword is single, S-I-N-G-L-E. Text single to 303-713-1043 right now for your chance to win a $250 gas card. That's single to 303-713-1043.
By texting, you agree to receive an automated marketing message from Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Message and data rates may apply. For complete rules or to enter the keyword online, visit www.denversports.com/keyword.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, bottom half of hour number 4. Been a really fun day back in the saddle after taking some time off.
So you're not rusty at all, man.
It's been a really fun day. Really fun day. Not that every piece of subject matter is fun that we talk about, and this is filed under that category. And we were just having the Jokic conversation, and I know there's alternative viewpoints on this. You and I certainly are not saying the sky is falling, Jokic is leaving Denver.
No,
none of
yet.
that.
Not yet.
None of that. But you should have a heightened sense of awareness right now with this situation, because to say it's unusual is putting it lightly. I've put out the challenge. I haven't seen a single person answer it. Find me another player of Jokic's stature that is playing out the final year of their deal so they can become an unrestricted free agent. This is not someone who's like a mid-level guy who's hoping for a big payday. The big payday is coming. Jokic could tear his ACL today in Serbian practice. He's getting the same deal.
Knock on your head, man. We don't need that to happen.
So, but I'm saying to illustrate, this is unusual, if not unprecedented. We don't see it, but we're seeing it here now. And what I'm going to say right now, it brings me no joy whatsoever, but it's the responsible thing to ask, because what I'm going to say is not Jokic specific. although we are specifically talking about Jokic, and hopefully this makes sense in a second. When you have a star player who is a first ballot Hall of Fame player like Jokic, all right, and he tells you he's not signing the contract when he already delayed it a year ago, and you run the risk. So take Jokic's name out of there. Just fill it with NBA superstar. NBA superstar has a chance to extend, and he doesn't a year ago. He kicks the can down the road to this year, and now he's saying he's not signing it again. This NBA superstar says he's not signing it again, and you run the risk, which is just a fact. Now, I believe Jokic is going to sign back, but you run the risk that that doesn't happen, and you have the greatest player in franchise history walk away for nothing. Again, disclaimer, I don't think this is going to happen, but you do run the risk. Yeah. And to think that it's a 0% possibility would be naive and immature, in my opinion. When it's something this of this kind of gravity, all right? If this happens, take the Nuggets out, take Jokic's name out. Superstar player, doesn't sign contract extension with NBA team for 2 straight years, and is heading into the final year of his deal, barreling towards unrestricted free agency where you run the risk of losing him for nothing, potentially. You have to, not you might, not you like, you have to have the conversation of, dude, if he is like, we have to have the conversation of, do we trade Nikola Jokic?
Yeah, let's put it like that. That's if you're not doing that as a general manager or co-general manager, you're not doing your job. You have to leave everything on the table. If this man wants to walk away, we must get something for him, because if you don't,
dude, it's worst case scenario. Ooh. It's literally doomsday. It's a literal doomsday for the foreseeable future for your franchise. And so, again, I'm not saying you pick up the phone and you're shopping Jokic, but if you feel unsettled during the year, like once you get into the season and things become weird between he and the organization, which would be on the org's fault, it would be on the Nuggets' fault, all right? This lays at their feet, okay? And if they shed salary and their number one goal is to get under the luxury tax and repeater tax, and this is how you're handling Jokic's prime, and he doesn't feel settled and he doesn't feel good about it, like, you have to explore those conversations. And you know how I know you have to? Because I already heard Josh Kroenke bring it up unprompted 1 year ago. In reference to the second apron, he literally did it in a way that was foolish and regretful, in my opinion, but he still did it. And we all say things we'd like to have back. But when Josh Kroenke a year ago said, when you start talking about second aprons, man, I don't want to think about it, but you start thinking about trading the big fella.
I remember that.
He said that, okay? So here we are.
Yeah, I don't know why he said that.
And he should have never. And here we are having second apron conversations and shedding salary and tearing down the roster to duck repeater taxes. And like you kind of forecasted your own situation here.
And the big guy doesn't want to sign the contract. He's going to wait just another year. Next summer, we can get over $300 million, add an additional year, have the no trade clause. But that's not why he's doing it. He wants to see what the organization is going to bring to him.
And he should.
He's been here for so long. He has done so much for this organization, for us fans. Now it's time for us or the organization to return the favor by doing something different, trying to maybe go into that luxury tax. They're trying, it looks like, to get LBJ to come on board. But if that doesn't happen, which is probably not going to happen, what are you going to do? Because it's going to be very hard to sit here and pitch to Jokic why he should sign back if they lose a bunch of games this year because they traded away AG and they traded away Cam Johnson, or they get to the postseason and they get bounced out of the first round. It's a lot there, man. It's a lot there. And although all of us agree that Jokic is going to probably end up signing back, we still don't know what this man is thinking.
And here's the thing. You got lucky with Jokic, okay? You got lucky, all right, in so many different ways. The fact that you drafted him there in the second round, they didn't know Jokic was going to be Jokic. Tim Connolly looked me in my eyes and told me that. You got lucky by his temperament comparatively to NBA superstars, okay? But here's the thing. If you think that there's a 0% chance that this thing could go down one year from now, I don't think you're game theorying it out enough. And here's what I would also tell you to do, and I appreciate my buddy Doug Odwell just texting me in reference to this. If you think that there's a 0% chance of this happening, you need to take a freaking history lesson and go back and review the Dikembe Mutombo situation. This all happened before. Here. Franchise player, one of the great players of all time, one of the great defenders of all time, one of the all-time accumulating defensive player of the year awards.
What they say, history repeats itself?
It happened. It already happened. So, like, there's this, like, birthright with Jokic, and I know he's saying the right things. And thankfully, he is wired the way he's wired. And
but
I
his
think
actions are showing otherwise.
Well,
like,
that's
you wanna
true.
be
Well,
here.
that's true.
You didn't sign the paper. You already have a bunch of money. It's going to be a very lucrative contract, but yet you don't sign. You say you want to be here for the rest of your life, but you're not doing it. Why? And I get it. I would do the exact same thing if I'm not happy here right now.
Yeah. Why would you? If I was advising him, I would not be telling him to sign an extension. So let's see what they're going to do first. Let's see what kind of roster they put around you. You're not close. You just got bounced in the first round. You've regressed to this point. It's the lowest point yet. And if the aim is just to shed salary, you know, that'll be really dispiriting. It really will be.
See, if they shed salary, let's just say it's Cam Johnson and Aaron Gordon. Like, they run the possibility of barely making it into the playoffs.
Oh, you're on it. Yeah, dude, 100%.
I'm just thinking of it right now. Like, it's like, dude, you start shedding salary, like, you're not going to get any better. Like, you're trying to get some pieces in there, but they're not going to be like AG and Cam Johnson, my guessing. Okay, Jokic, you know, he's only one guy. Jamal Murray's only one guy, and both of them don't play defense. You don't get LBJ, then what?
Phil. I mean, if they go the shedding salary route, there's no chance they're as good of a team this year, this coming year, as they were this past year. And this past year, you got drilled in the first round. That's why I said this before I went on vacation. If this thing drags through the season, which we're already being told that that's what's going to happen.
Yep.
Nuggets lose 3 in a row. Nuggets lose 4 in a row. This is going to be one of the biggest topics in the NBA. They're going to be talking about this on First Take, just like they had this past year with Giannis. Like, this is going to be a massive cloud over this organization. And so, and then by the way, meanwhile, you have a separate but similar situation happening in the NBA that will directly impact the Denver Nuggets, and it couldn't be more different than what's happening here now. And I'll explain coming up next.
With the Broncos bringing back J.K. Dobbins and drafting Jonah Coleman, is there an important piece that fans could be sleeping on?
It just seems like RJ Harvey's been the forgotten man in all this. There were things he did last year that maybe didn't blow you away. He was a rookie. I'm one that refuses to bury a guy until I see how he comes back for that second year. Because for a lot of these rookies, that rookie season is just one big whirlwind.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Has your doctor told you it's time to lose weight? Is your blood pressure up? Your cholesterol keeps climbing? Or you're already on medication and wondering, is this just my life now? Or been told you need a procedure or surgery, but you have to lose weight first? That's where most people get stuck. At Colorado Fat Loss, we help people lose 20 to 40 pounds naturally in about 60 days without injections, prepackaged meals, or extreme workouts. But more importantly, we help you keep it off so you're not stuck wondering what problem is next. Imagine lowering your blood pressure, improving your health, and taking pressure off your joints. Because if nothing changes, it's usually more medication or bigger problems down the road, especially if you have a family history of health issues or feeling the effects of getting older.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here. I lost 30 pounds in just 7 weeks, and I've been able to keep the weight off, and I'm telling you what, I feel great.
Many clients lose 20 to 40 pounds in about 60 days. Schedule a free consultation. Call and take control of your health. Go to ColoradoFatLoss.com. That's ColoradoFatLoss.com. Results may vary.
No! USA is up 2-0. That is the most dangerous lead in soccer.
Relax, Mike.
See that, Dan? My left eye is twitching. That's my warning eye. It'll be 2-2 by stoppage time. It's never wrong.
With early payout from Bet365, I got paid the second they went up 2 goals. So to me, it's now the safest lead.
Early payout from Bet365, huh? Now my right eye is twitching, Dan.
Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Colorado. T's and C's apply. In-app only.
Hey, it's Mike Evans with all these Bluebird days in Colorado. Enjoy the view through energy-efficient windows from Bluebird Windows and Doors. Through July, it's their Buy More, Save More event. Save up to 20% on your window and door projects. And when you mention you heard it from me, you'll save an extra 5%. Bluebird's family-owned, serving the Front Range for over a decade with windows, doors, and siding built for Colorado's harsh climate. Financing is available. Visit gobluebirdco.com. Bluebird Windows and Doors. Make today a Bluebird day.
Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealership since 1975 in Boulder, has a championship-level lineup ready for you to test drive and take home today. They currently have specials on both the BMW X3 and X5 models. The BMW X3 model is a luxury compact SUV that offers balanced handling and a powertrain variety. The BMW X5 model is a high-performance powerhouse luxury model that offers you a thrilling driving experience. They also have a great pre-owned BMW lineup as well. Schedule your test drive today. Go to GebhardtBMW.com.
Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealership since 1975.
What's up, guys? It's Zach here. If your home's hot upstairs and cold downstairs, that's more than annoying. It's a sign your system's leaking air and wasting money. And with utility bills climbing, energy efficiency matters. That's why homeowners trust AeroSeal Colorado. Their innovative sealing technology boosts comfort, cuts energy use, and even gives you cleaner indoor air as a bonus. Customers love it. A 4.9 Google rating, and some folks practically write books after the job's done. AeroSeal fixes what others can't even find. AeroSeal. Comfort sealed.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com. Or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
House calls? It's 2026. Doctors and lawyers don't make house calls anymore, right? Not true, actually. At 303-LAW-4040, we always tell you about how we want to meet with you in person. Now, generally that means, yes, you come and meet my lovely wife, Kimberly, and I in our Denver Tech Center offices. But sometimes you're hurt, you're seriously injured. You're either still in the hospital or you can't move around, you don't have a car yet. And it's important to get a plan in place quickly when these things happen. So we'll come out, we'll do a house call. Heck, we had one house call recently. The dog came out and took a little ride in the DeLorean. It was fantastic. I'll bring the DeLorean into the house, but we're here to help. And actually, my lovely wife, Kimberly, says that's one of the best parts of the job is when we get to spend time together in somebody's living room, helping them out as they're in a tough spot because they were injured in an accident. So if you need us, go ahead, save that number in your phone, 303-LAW-4040. That's 303-LAW-4040.
Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Powered by Advanced Tax Solutions. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, final segment here on a Monday. Got to tell you, this Thursday from noon to 1 p.m., it's the first giveaway of our free limited edition Training Camp 2026 t-shirts. We'll be at Santiago's Mexican Restaurant located at 2501 Ford Street in Golden. All right, that's this Thursday. Limit one per person, noon to 1 p.m., while supplies last. For more details and to find the location nearest you, head to denversports.com/shirt. Okay, we did not really get into the Payton Watson conversation, so we're going to table that for tomorrow because that's its own beast.
Yeah, you put a big fat pin in it, right?
Man, again, I know I mentioned it, but it was really interesting image over the weekend watching the Denver Nuggets play and Payton Watson be in Vegas, not at the Nuggets game, but at the same time as the Nuggets are playing, being in a separate gym, sitting courtside for that game and hanging out with Rob Pelinka, the general manager for the Los Angeles Lakers. And that whole conversation has a bunch of layers to it. I don't think he's going to the Lakers. Lakers can't afford him. But there's stuff going on.
He's talking.
There's stuff going on with that situation. And it's just another chapter of this Nugget story that I don't think is very good right now. And so we'll talk about that more in dedicated fashion tomorrow. I said going into the most previous break that you have this Jokic situation happening right now where he's not signing this massive extension in the way that is so atypical. I cannot think of another example in a modern NBA history where a player of his caliber just was playing out the final year of his contract without signing the extension. And no one's worried about it, and everything is like, people are like, there's literally nothing to see here.
It's all good. It's all gravy, baby.
Yeah, I don't see it quite like that. Now, I would not predict that Jokic is leaving Denver right now, but it is very unsettling. It is very unsettling. Meanwhile, you have this situation where some people are saying, oh, this is just about the money. He's just trying to get every dollar out of the last deal. Okay. I don't see it that way. Certainly not. Okay. Jokic could sign the max today. And tear his ACL, sign the max. He's gonna make right around $700 million with the Nuggets.
He doesn't need money.
He doesn't need the more
It's
money.
about legacy, Z. At some point, it has to be about finishing your career the right way.
So simultaneously, you have this separate thing happening under the same sort of category, but it couldn't be more different. You have Victor Wembanyama, who has not been paid the big boy NBA bag yet. Okay? He's coming off of his rookie contract. Now, he's made good money. He's the number one pick, right? But I'm talking about the big boy generational NBA bag. He has not made it. If there's anyone who would say, I'm going to get every dollar I possibly can from this Supermax contract, it's me. I haven't got this yet. That's not what Victor Wembanyama is doing. He agreed to the 5-year, $252 million deal. That is 25% of the cap, as opposed to 30% of the cap, which is the Supermax that he can sign, that would have paid him $303 million.
Man, these guys are getting paid, Z.
It's unbelievable, Phil. It's unreal, okay? It's unreal. But here's the deal. That difference of taking 25% instead of 30% is leaving $50 million on the table over the next 5 years. And the goal is simple, to put as much help around him as possible and try to win as many championships as possible. And that's coming from a damn near boy.
Yeah, he's a baby still. And he's making the decision that's going to help him win multiple championships. He almost won one this year. Now think about what that's going to look like a couple years from now. They're going to keep drafting well. They're going to keep getting a couple bigger role players because they have the money now. So, like, why won't Jokic do that, though? Why won't Jokic say, hey, I'm going to help you guys? Like, I want to win. So if you want to win, though, Jokic, that means you have to take less money so that we can pay some of these guys to be on the team with you. Why won't he do that?
I'm not going to be critical of Jokic for making the most money he can. I'm not going to be critical of him for that. But I do simultaneously, while not being critical of that, go get your money, I do think it's insanely admirable for the decision with his actions that Wemby is making at his age, without having been paid the big NBA bag yet, for him to take $50 million less in this deal.
That's a team player right there.
You are not kidding.
A player that's not selfish. Now, I don't know if you would consider Jokic selfish.
I don't think he's selfish.
I mean, but
do you think he's selfish?
I mean, you already have. He already has $300 million in his bank. He's gonna add another $300 million. That's how you're gonna get to around the $7 million. Does he need that?
$700 million.
$700 million. I'm sorry, $700 million. Does he need that? No,
but he's earned it.
Yeah, for sure. But also, if you're a competitor and you want to win, you got to have people around you. It's not just the superstar. Usually, it's the people around you that make you a superstar because they do their part.
I just think of anyone in the NBA, Jokic deserves every dollar. So I'm not going to be critical of him for that. I look at Victor Wembanyama and say, wow, like that is. And then by the way, Who won the NBA championship this year?
The Knicks.
Who's their best player?
Brunson.
Jalen Brunson.
Straight dog.
Took so much less on his deal that it was speculated that the owner of the Knicks and the owner of Madison Square Garden, James Dolan, it was speculated that maybe he could have secretly given him a piece of real estate in New York City to help make up for the money that he left on the table. So you have the best player from the Knicks.
So like a
taking
Kawhi
less.
deal.
What's that? Yes.
Like a Kawhi situation.
You're on it. You're on it. Yes, that you get the max. Well, the difference is Kawhi took the max and then wanted more.
Got more.
And that's his business manager and Uncle Dennis. But so you have that happening in New York with Jalen Brunson, and then Victor Wembanyama's taking $50 million less. Who are the two teams that met in the finals?
It was the Spurs and Knicks. So you're with me then. Jokic doesn't need to take as much.
No,
selfish.
I'm not going to be critical of him for making the money that he's earned.
You need to.
I just think it's admirable of these guys saying, you want to know what? I'm $100 millionaire. I want to win. That's my number one thing. So I am willing to take less so you can put a team around me to compete for championships.
Ooh, I think that's a segment tomorrow. I think there's a segment there. Is Jokic willing to win it all? Does he want to win?
Well,
or does he want all the money?
Yeah, and look, these are big layered conversations. They just are. And this organization is at a real crossroads this offseason. They have never regressed the way that they have this postseason in this era. And, I speculate that they're going to try to get under the luxury tax. And you're going to do that in Jokic's final year as he walks up to unrestricted free agency. Man, we're in new territory here. We'll talk about the P-Watt situation tomorrow. We got a bunch of fun stuff lined up for you. But for now, we step aside. It's the Home Run Derby coming up next.
Should fans and media look past a certain thing when it comes to Peyton Watson?
It's a gamble that you have to take if you're the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, and don't we have to get over the fact that it's a $25 million a year deal? I know it. The money is insane. It's stupid. It is reckless. It is foolish, okay? I get it. I hate to say it, but $25 million a year isn't that much.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Do you know the Joker's stat line, but not your bottom line? Are you checking Rock's box scores and not your credit score? You watching Nate Dogg rack up assists but ignoring your own assets? I've been there. Trust me, it's Josh over here to tell you how my money's going farther these days. That's what I like about BOK Financial. It's what they're doing with Let's Talk Money. It's about paying a little more attention to the financial stuff that we all tend to avoid. Visit BOKFinancial.com to learn more. How that money you're saving can go a little farther. Let's Talk Money. BOK Financial, member FDIC, conditions apply.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letters